finally am not speaking through a potato.
That is so funny. Dude, I cannot tell you how hilarious that was.
I saw how much you enjoyed it. I was like, I don't enjoy
Like,
this.
I just I heard it and from
Mhm.
being honest, it sounded familiar, which is why I was laughing. It's
I'm sure
because I
you
was like,
have.
dang, my dog does the same thing. Okay, so that can go. This can stay.
Are you by chance
And
streaming,
we're
Manic?
gonna,
You are.
yeah, you are too, right?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll send you that.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Two ticks.
And this mini.
That was funny.
Hmm?
It's canon. You have broken fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Did you? I think I got you.
Yeah, I just got it here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, cool.
Let me
Leaving.
put that Manic.
Beautiful. And then there we go.
Damn it, Marina's such a fucking beast. I like how insider information she still kicked my ass getting first.
I'm telling you. I'm positive it's a bot.
No.
It's all robots. It's all robots. Everybody's a robot. Nobody's real anymore.
Oh, yeah.
No, there's a robot.
Yes.
I
Oh,
wish.
I think so. I'm willing to defend my my stance.
Oh my gosh. You're willing to defend your stance?
Uh-huh.
Everybody's a robot?
Everybody knows. Everybody knows pigeons are fake.
I have so many questions. I don't know if
Not
I'm
the
gonna get any answers.
fake.
See, pigeons aren't fake. Pigeons are so real. What the fuck?
So real.
They're robots.
They're so real. No, they're so real.
But it's real.
But their poops are
They're
real.
real. They're real. See, they're fucking real. You probably should watch my language actually right now.
But the poops are real.
Pigeons are real.
Their poops are real.
The poop sure. They're just like. Never mind. I was gonna be like a Manic's world. They're just like little micro cameras. They're just there now.
Okay, fabulous.
Oh,
Then
I
everybody
need
is
to
here.
There's only 3 of
open.
It's like Manic's probably got like a billboard hidden somewhere in his house where he's
You're
like
lucky.
spotted
I,
all
like,
of them out. Like, I know this one's fake. I know this one's fake. I know this one's fake. This one's fake.
You'll see.
hug. You get a hug, and you get a whopper. She's just waiting for her turn for the bath.
They're like chocolate
Anyway,
whoppers,
dialogue.
right?
Don't worry about it. Chocolate
Whoppers.
Whoppers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
They're
Yeah,
great.
malted milk
Milk
balls
malted,
dipped in
oh, yeah.
chocolate.
That's good.
Ew.
I guess this would be Whoppers. In my brain, it's always been Whoopers.
Whoopers, yeah, I
I
guess so.
would never put chocolate in my Whopper. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't know. I just assumed I
I don't know.
mispronounced.
Chocolate is quite a culinary delight to use in cooking.
Yeah.
I was talking about the burger. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. I was too.
Chocolate
Oh,
bar.
I fucking
Ew.
want.
No.
Ew.
No. Chocolate onions. I can't.
Chocolate onions.
I can do
Healthy.
Oof.
onions. I can do onions. But like chocolate and onion, I don't
Peanut.
know. I could never.
A deep fry it.
That hurts. That hurts me. Maybe a deep fried
It's like
onion
No,
covered in
but
maybe
you
you
chocolate.
will.
trick yourself into
But the
like
raw onion, I don't. It's too. That's sometimes even
too
that's too much
sweet.
for me. Not that I don't like onions, but
I
like
can't.
even
I
just
can't raw
that is
onion.
sometimes. Yeah,
Must be
you know what I
cooked.
mean. Like, yeah, like that's all I'm saying. Maybe if it were like deep fried or whatever, but I could try it, but the idea of chocolate and raw onion, I think I'd cry. It just hurts.
Too rough.
All right. So for the most part,
But
we will be doing theater of the mind anyway, because it'll be RP. We will see how it goes, because I do have plans for you guys, and if we only do RP this session, I will admit, if we do RP this session and we don't we end up not pushing forward, I will want to add another episode, but we can sort of we can kind of see how it plays out, and if I like how it's going, or if it feels totally well
How the flow
within
goes.
the range of everything. Yeah, I mean the momentum and the pattern, how everything is. We'll still see if we can do that session and a half thing, because if we can get through that session and a half worth of 3 sessions, I guarantee you we can just slam dunk the last that last extra half that I have. And if you guys continue to roll as you have been, yeah, it's for sure. But so for now we don't exactly need to be in roll 20, but if we get to where I'm kind of aiming for, yeah, we can. We will end up using it. So just not, if that's not too much of a giveaway for y'all. But if we are ready, we're about to hot mic. Fabulous. So we are. I do want to go back just a little, because I think when we left off, I said, "Why are you laying in front of the door, dog? Boy, get out of the way." Sorry, I think when I last left off, I said it was the night, right? It was the night of that whole bringing down
encounter.
the mountain. But I do want to kind of rewind back a little bit to where you guys got back. So it would have taken you, it was probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock, right? By the time everything finished with the mountain and your investigation and everything like that. So the trip back would have gotten you back by 6:30, 7 o'clock that same night. So if they're, Holt wants to attend to his injuries and things like that. But you guys don't necessarily need to wrap up the night unless you are looking to and you want to push for conversations in the morning. It just kind of depends. I know there were some things that people were kind of keeping an eye on last session, and if you want to follow that through, we can do that here, or push forward to the next morning. I'm going to tell my dog to get his lazy butt up real quick, but I can still hear you.
Not everyone at once.
I'm not sure if this was an invitation or if I'm just willing for Manic to come back.
You going first? No, I'll go first. You go first? No, I'll go first.
Nobody wants to go first. Who wants to go first? No one.
I just said I was cooking. I didn't really say I had anything to say.
So I'll ask a couple questions. I know that Marina was specifically focused on someone. And if you
Yes.
want, you can follow through on that, right? Make those inquiries or something like that. That there is also the matter of Moss walking in like a dead man, huh?
Stop it.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. Basically, Moss walking in as a dead man, so you're gonna be bringing him back to the way station, looking as he does. So it's.
I mean,
Are you
Moss
okay
kind
with
of
that?
said. Moss kind of said he was walking into the darkness. So fuck, I don't know where the fuck.
Oh,
Moss
that's
is.
right. That's right. Well, he
Yeah.
said he was gonna wander. He said he was gonna go for the walk
Going for a
at night,
stroll.
right?
Yeah, at
Like
night.
when everybody was going to bed, or do you want to do that, or you kind of
Oh,
want
no,
to take that time now?
no, that'll be after everyone goes to bed, as everyone's wrapping up for the night.
That's what I figured. Right. Because you no longer need to sleep, so that's kind of what I thought you would do.
I don't ever know where Moss is. Moss is like the one person I'm like, I don't know where he's doing. I don't know where he's gone.
He's undead now.
He's always
He's undead
there.
now. Yeah, no. I can do that now. Yeah, I was gonna have Marina kind of follow Holt to the infirmity. I can't even say it.
Infirmary. Yeah.
Infirmity.
Anemone. Exactly.
Yeah, that one too. I
Infirmity.
like that place. They have great croquets.
to kind of get him to kind of check off.
What is this? Where's all the money?
So I mean,
That's as good as money, sir.
They're.
Those are IOUs.
If we're being honest,
Go ahead and add
I
it up.
think
Every
the
cent's
people
accounted
that are
for.
tending to him. Oh well, thank. Look at that, like giving you the
See this?
cheers.
Yeah, they,
275,000. Might want to hang on to that
I
one.
think that is kind of old hat for them now, because the last time he brought himself in, he had a literal hole in him. This time he seems to be, more battered and bruised. So they're really, they're just kind of dressing. They're dressing more superficial wounds, right? For the most part, he did heal pretty well, so there's no like internal bleeding, no nothing like that. But there's a lot of like bruising, scraping, right? So they're just kind of bringing the loose skin. I knock it off, man? How dare you? They're really just kind of sewing up like maybe some of the bigger scrapes and scars, so that way he doesn't leave too gnarly of a mark and have missing too much of his physical pieces.
That's rough.
Well,
yeah, I'll just if there's a door, I'll like yeah. If there's a door, I'll knock. But if it's curtain, I'll just kind of like call out. Be like, "Hey, decent."
Come in.
And then I'll just like come in and I'll kind of give him like kind of a look over. You know, not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I think I could have lasted a little bit longer. But I mean, at this rate, these enemies are just getting stronger and stronger.
Did you just Captain America? I could go all day. I could do this all day.
I could do this all day.
I could do.
That was good.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I just kind of go and like sit at like hit the foot of his bed, and I'll kind of like sit there a bit awkwardly. She's not necessarily the type to meddle too far, but she'll eventually say, we did make our own choices. Both Moss and I.
Well, I do worry that Moss made his decision based off of mine.
You know that he has a habit of knowing things that no one else knows. Well, I think you have a great influence on him. He's not stupid. He saw something he wanted.
Yeah, he may have saw something he wanted, but I do feel a sense of guilt. I don't know if he was expecting it to be so soon, and I wasn't either. I mean, two big fights, and I've already failed you once and Moss once as well, but it seems I won't be able to fail Moss again, even if I I mean, it seems he's set in stone.
Well, we kind of graduated for a reason, right? It's not necessarily that. How to put it? And I kind of pause and go, we're our own leadership in our subjective field. And I think we all act on said thing. And while I understand that you naturally have those abilities, it does not make you leader of all of us. And besides, first one, that was pretty reckless. Kind of on me, wouldn't you say?
Uh, and I think at this point Holt's probably kind of standing up and grabbing his things and his armor and weapons and stuff, and he'll look down to his sword and he's gonna. I can't help but think I could have done more in that fight.
Maybe. But so could we have all, right? I think carrying that guilt is going to destroy you over anything. It's what you said, right? Our enemies are getting stronger. Just don't carry that in.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe. Or maybe I know nothing. But I can't help but wonder if you're trying to fit yourself into a role that you were never meant to be in.
What do you mean by that?
Well, wouldn't it come easier, you think? If you were truly meant to be the decision maker over our team, wouldn't it come easier? Or do roles, can you work at them to fit them, do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't really think of myself as a leader. I mean, we all have our strengths in battle. I focus on taking the hits so you guys can do your roles yourselves. I
I
put my
kind of
trust in you guys.
I kind of nod at that. And we put our trust in you and honestly, both fights you did exactly what you promised to do for us. Sometimes sometimes we could do everything right, and it doesn't quite matter. But I think every single one of us who enrolled in that academy knew that that could be an outcome.
Have you spoken with Moss yet?
To be completely honest, I can never quite find the man.
A whole laugh. Yeah, I
Ah,
mean, he's always hiding somewhere, but I don't know. I'd like to speak to him before we go to bed tonight.
I'll give you a shout if I see him.
Oh, and I'd like
But
to give you a formal introduction to uh Lila later, my my elk, in case you need her aid in combat. Hopefully you will be on better terms for this, assuming we go into another fight.
I
Um,
would love to meet her regardless. There'd be nothing that I enjoy more. And I kind of turn serious and I go, hey, you know that dream I had? You know, when I looked, I couldn't feel nature at all. Do you do you think this is a lost cause?
To be honest, I don't really know. But as long as my legs will carry me, I'm going to do my best to be there for my class because if it's what you guys want, it's what I want.
We'll have your back too.
Well, nod and we should go see the others by the camp.
Yeah, I think Child's making something his master liked.
And Holt will grab his things and stand up and get ready to leave. And I'm glad to see you back to your former self.
I kind of beam at that. You know what? Me too. I'll trust. Me too. And I follow Holt out.
Where is Holt right now? Or not Holt? Where is Moss right now? Actually.
I'm
I don't know. I
probably
told you.
probably sitting around in camp, just zoning out, staring off into
Okay.
space.
Okay, so you guys have a like that second tier, right? The top tier is like where the wagons are. I did. He rolled that first nat 20 and he was just gone in the darkness. The top tier is like the cattle, right? The bigger livestock and like the wagons and all that. The middle tier would be where like your sleeping quarters are, like where the de facto offices are. It's really just a bunch of tents and sleeping bags thrown around wherever they can have wherever they have room. So you would be essentially on that floor. I guess sitting contemplating your life's choices.
Pretty much, just sitting there zoning out.
I know Chow said that upon the return, he would be preparing the feast, right? Of the, what was it, white rice and what?
It
It's
was
like a send-off dinner to Master Shin.
yeah, dumplings.
Oh, right.
Yeah, chicken dumpling. Or no, pork dumplings. Yeah.
And so you said you are feeling pensive, right? Maybe somber in all this, right? Like, what are your thoughts? What's going through your head as like you're doing all this in light of everything that happened?
So it's going through my
Chow
head.
is
Jojo.
Yeah, Chow.
Yeah.
Chow is currently setting up incense and ritualistic candles, etc. And chanting, like just like a hum, like a Buddhist chant almost.
Where are his thoughts going?
Oh, his mind is blank. He's only
Oh,
focused on what he is currently
fabulous.
doing.
Fabulous. I love that choice. Okay.
He has
Yeah, we'll see.
excluded thought
Right. Love it.
on purpose.
I absolutely, I truly, absolutely adore that.
He
Yeah,
is,
I will. I
he
will
currently
actually give you
is, yeah, currently
I will
is
give you an
what he is
inspiration point
doing.
for that. Yes. I will totally give you an inspiration point for that. Because that is precisely in the line of your character and exactly the only thing that would be um for lack of a better way to put it, the quote unquote right thing to do. At least in this moment. And I do dig that. Hopefully we'll get there with your character. Now Moss. You feel no pain, right? Your body is clearly not like good. They put you back as best they really could, sort of popped your chest cavity back into the proper oval shape, right? uh, probably, taped your fingers back so that you had full articulation that the way that they needed to be.
Just a mangled corpse. Or a mangled
Yeah,
shell, I guess.
redid.
Yeah.
um, but like, how are you? Like, where's your head at? How are you like feeling? I know there was a minute there where you did say that you were sort of embracing that, like when death is coming for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
But you know, in light of the darkness that you went through, in light of the clear impact of that giant rock, like where's your head at?
Well, depending on how intense the feeling actually is of almost being touched by death in a sense. Like I tried, and like I articulate it to like that of like, say like Lord of the Rings as an example, right?
Sure.
Whenever like the ring gets put on, and they can pretty much feel the wrath of Sauron, right? It'd be something of like that kind of intensity, but with like death per se,
in
or is like
in the realm of Lord of the Rings, it would be like standing before Lady Galadriel
right,
when they offer her the ring
right, gotcha,
and she just like repels into that big weird,
yeah, exactly,
Mr. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan looking version of
yeah,
her.
yeah,
It's imposing. It's not exactly terrifying, but it is imposing because the feeling that it emanates is like the end, like
right,
essentially
pending
death.
doom,
That's
yeah,
right. And again, it's like you are standing before it. It's not even like it's on the way. It's like you are clearly faced with what could possibly be your death. You know what I mean?
exactly,
Because it's like right there.
right, and
All
it's
she would have to do is be
always
like
looming.
boop on the nose.
That feeling right there is pretty much what's going through Moss.
Okay, love it, love it. Yeah, all right. Um, Now I know Nell said that when they got back, she would essentially just sort of be in her office. And is that going to be like an immediate thing? Are you looking at talking with them about stuff? Or are you just looking to get back to where you once belonged real quick to decompress?
Pretty much. So she's not used to having this situation. Her experience is something a little bit more structured, I guess, with just the hey, yes, scary monster, I'm talking. Um, the structure of just her three brothers, they each have their own specific role, but she doesn't really know this team, and she didn't really get a chance to flesh out strengths, weaknesses, placement, that sort of thing. So, without any specific, you guard this person's back, we do it this way, we behave this way. Um, she's kind of been just thrown into this position, and she never really saw herself as a leader. It's always been kind of de facto. So now that she's in this position, she feels like a complete abject failure, and she kind of just wants to get to a place where she can start from zero again because right now she's an emotional mess.
Right. Um, is there anything specific anyone's looking for or anything they want to do? I know we kind of went over what Marina and Holt were doing in the tent, right? Or in the tent, but in that moment that they had there. Um, but is there anything you guys respectively want to do on your own, or something you're looking to
I know that
inquire about?
Fool's character's not here, but I would M- Nell would want to pass on some of the letters she has for Dane.
Uh, I will say that upon the return of you guys in your unit right after this fight, he would have sort of immediately needed to go back with the same wagons
Ah, yes, I must
that
return
were
home
going to
now.
be. Well, he's not going home. He's actually going to go back to Tars. That's good though.
That
I swear I
was.
In
thought Fool
honor of
was here.
Fool.
I swear I thought it was
Wow.
Fool.
I thought it
I
was.
did.
No, I thought
I
it
was
was
like,
too. I
that
like
makes sense.
looked. So I'm like, did I miss that?
Ah. um, but he does. Yeah. I mean, there is a moment. Truly, there is a moment where like there's a retinue of people that are going to be returning with him. You know, I mean, he wouldn't just be returning alone. They would, they would, a cadre, if you will, they would take your letters and, he would be off essentially as soon as you guys got back. Like, I'll even go so far as to say is he probably did his best to be back as quickly as possible. Even upon your guys' attempt to return to the way station. So he probably even conjured his own mount and left you to your captain and rode off. But he did say that he did need to return to prepare for the arrival of those bigwigs. So he would be actually meeting with some pretty heavy hitters. So he would be able to get whatever he needed to whoever he needed to pretty easily. Or Holt, Marina, what about you guys?
I think I'll just kind of quietly sit near Chow while just kind of watching him do his chants, but being nearby if he needs me as someone who knows a little something about losing a parental figure of sorts.
And Holt?
I think once I got back to the camp, I'd go and check on Moss.
He's sitting at what would be a fire, but he hasn't actually lit it. At least I don't think. Did you turn it on?
In his eyes, it is lit.
Okay, so so
Oh,
there's like wood and stuff there, but it's just sitting in front of some stacked wood. Some of it looks like it's been burnt, but S doesn't stand for sus. Now I can't trust him.
Yeah, I think I'd go to Moss's fire and I'd light it for him, and I'd kind of try and get his attention. Just how are you?
I don't know.
oh.
I'm neither alive nor am I dead. But I'm here.
Yeah, must be a strange feeling.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You could say that. Something I've never felt before.
Well, I mean, Chow is Chow's cooking dinner. Are you hungry?
Mm, I could try to eat, but I don't have an appetite.
Well, I after that fight, I say we should all gather and have dinner together.
I agree.
Are the campfires like? Is it the same campfire? I assume it.
Yeah, no, it's just a lit campfire. You're good. What is your passive perceptions, by the way?
Oof. 10.
So
Strike.
perception,
You're
20.
17.
17.
You're not at that fire.
Hey, you didn't say where.
When he lights it, I will say when he lights it, that initial like catching of the wood, uh, it does sort of catch you off guard because for a minute it was lit, you know what I mean, in your eyes.
Yeah.
So a
Really
lit
bright.
fire that suddenly bursts into life was like, oh, that fire went Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
But in that right in that moment of burst, it did feel it felt more intentional. That you know when his fire caught, like it probably shouldn't have lit the way it did because it wasn't propane. You know, like it didn't go. It's not supposed to just do that, and it did.
Right.
So that was very much like, oh shoot. Um, how much do you make, Chow? Is it enough for everybody?
I didn't really specify. I was originally well, I can change what I did do because I didn't actually
Hmm.
say what I did do. I was just
Right,
making literally one dish, and it wasn't even for me.
right. That's why I was.
But considering I just completely zened out, zoned out, but zened out, basically,
Right,
I just
right.
in I've cooked for this group so much that even in my solace and, in respecting my elder, I still made enough for everyone.
Yeah, you're
Just
nearly a
because that
mechanical
just
routine
without
that is you.
thinking the routine that I do, but like I said at the very beginning of this campaign, that I moved without thinking. I moved like
Hmm.
exactly what my body was. I don't think
You are as you do, and you do.
this is like the epitome of that. That
Yeah,
there are no thoughts.
you,
There is only the motion.
the way. Yep,
Though,
and it is.
were they close enough for me to possibly have passive perception on that wood fire?
Um,
I don't know if they're in the same area
how
though.
or would you guys have been particularly separated from one another? Like, I'll go so far as to say as there would have been enough room for you guys to sort of have cloistered together as far as like one
Yeah.
big camp, or if there were
Yeah.
some of you that did want to have like the space, to yourself to do whatever or however, wherever. Because the only one that is
Considering I
technically
was a hub
separated
for
would be Nell.
food.
She has an office.
Yeah. Well, considering I was a hub for food.
Right.
Yeah, I probably would have put my tent right next to Chow.
Dude, it happened from episode 1. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's been established. Yeah, no doubt.
Though at the beginning I was kind of like off to myself, but
Sure.
once we're
So
moving
they did, and it
together,
would have been, yeah, it
yeah.
would have been a thing. You would have done, like, you would have known because they all needed to be healed and taken care of, and you watched as they all sort
Okay.
of went their separate ways. So you made sure to do that thing, the cooking of the meal, right? The making the dumplings is the rice, right? Having that separate thing going early enough that when it came time for everybody, like to be fed, that was already prepared and that was already put
Okay.
where you
So I
like
was
you placed it
asking
where it needed to
because
be.
I'm wondering if I might sense charm again. If that might
Yeah, what's your
sense
passive?
passive as passive perception is 14, passive insight is 7.
I will say, perception would probably be the one, just because it is a
To
fire,
notice it.
and
Yeah.
right, it is a fire, and maybe in your lighting of your fire, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
You probably would have tried, but I will say that I'm willing to say that somehow, some way, uh,
Sense a
Holt's
disturbance in the
approaching.
forest.
Well, Holt's approaching and lighting of his fire, and you lighting of your fire. I'm willing to say they happened at the same time. So you were more
Okay.
focused on yours than his, and while they had their
Okay.
conversation and they went about their thing. You know what I mean? Like you've done this many times. You've cooked for them, but you made sure to
Yeah.
take that time to do that thing to prepare and do. So yeah. So when
Okay.
everybody does
Then I don't
finish
notice
with
anything.
their right. Whenever
I am,
your
in
zen
my
rather.
zone.
Yeah,
Yep. In
your
my
zen.
zen.
Huh.
All right. Would
um
I? I'm near Chow right
where
now. Yeah.
you were like near Chow, or were you actually with Chow? Because
I was
would you
nearby.
have approached with Holt, or would you have kind of found your way to toward like getting closer to Chow to see how he's doing, try to be like inconspicuous about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I would probably be a little closer to Chow. But like not like in his space though. I see his shit and I'm like, I'm gonna be just like
Give
right
me
here.
a
Almost
stealth.
looks like I'm dancing.
Give you a stealth?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be sneaky. I'm just trying to mind my business.
Well, you're trying to mind his business while looking
Yeah.
like you're minding your business.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work.
A
That'll
pen.
work. His
Okay.
passive perception is enough that you sort of notice that he is aware of your presence, but
Right.
he's not actively like taking notice, nor did he look at you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, kind of like the
you
whole
have
everything is me, I am everything kind of thing
right.
that I
Like
did before.
you have not tried to be sneaky on your approach, but you have made your approach and you are within a distance that, I mean, if he really did want to turn and look, he would see you there. So it's like,
Yeah.
no, you knowing that he is the monk that he is,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't be surprised if he already knew. If he already knew you were there. But
Yes.
you walk up
Yeah.
and pays no mind, he makes no attention, he does his thing. But you watch as he makes that one plate specifically. Yeah, I mean, like you definitely see that
Mm-hmm.
happen as
Yeah.
he
Could
then
I
turns his
could
attentions fully to making.
could I see Holt's fire from where I'm at?
Would you have been looking at Holt's fire, or would you have been minding Chow?
I don't know.
You
Like
can roll
I
percentage for me if you like. That's D100.
Okay.
I will give you that. You can roll it if you like. Let's see what
That's not
percentage
how you
pops up.
53.
All right, we'll do it opposed. Because I had a number in mind.
Yes.
But I will say you are close enough to that number that we'll do opposed now. Okay. Yes. Damn, I got a 4 out of a D100. What the hell is that?
Bad DM, bad.
That's a lot of numbers to have not gotten. Like,
Wow.
Where the heck was that when you were rolling 66 to crush me?
truly.
Likewise.
That's bananas. But yeah, so upon the lighting of Chon's fire and the simultaneous lighting of Holt's, that looked like someone sort of do I want to go off of what's your passive perception? 53
Um,
versus 4 is a big difference, but what's your passive perception? What am I
17.
looking for?
It's
All right, that is
17.
totally high enough. That's totally high
Mm-hmm.
enough. It looked like somebody sort of picked their head up. You know what I mean? Like when Holt's fire ignited, it ignited in like almost this someone looked up way, and then the fire was like lit. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh. I'll kind of like stare at it for a second to see if anything comes of it.
You can roll me a perception.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
I
willing
thought
to
I
give you
did pull
advantage.
this up. Okay. I think I have +7. Every time we play, I don't
Okay,
remember anything.
I'm grasping at nothing. I'm throwing y'all both.
+7. 18 for the first one.
It's a good one. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's see, what's
And
the second?
27
And
for
a
the
natural
second.
20. Nice. Already. So on a natural 20, I will say that
Already.
there is no presence in that fire at all. If there
Interesting.
was one, it came and it went.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll just like go back and kind of.
I will I'll say
Mhm.
it could signify, like, again, there is an idea that it could signify that it's not exactly that he's watching you, but there is the signification, like there is a significant thought that passes your mind that there is a level of being watched that is occurring. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What's your intelligence?
Uh,
I think
you
it's
asked me a
pretty
lot of
high.
questions. It's pretty high. My intelligence is 15.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, maybe not exactly that he's watching you, but you know that he works for people.
Okay. Okay.
And he works on both sides of that fence.
Can I do a
He is
religion check?
You sure can. You can do it with advantage.
19 and 24.
A 19.
I grew up a hot start.
Okay. With a 24, you can definitely recall that he is a direct byproduct of the goddess of hate and anger, right?
Mhm.
But he is also the adopted son of nature. But where is nature?
Huh.
That being said, as the adopted son, that would technically mean that life and love are essentially his grandmothers,
Okay.
because they both are the ones that created nature herself. So he does work on both sides of that fence. There's just a pretty big shift in that game roster.
Right. Okay. Huh. I don't know what to do with that information, but thank you.
Mm-hmm. Are we willing to have dinner?
Yes.
Okay. I'm willing to say that everybody that does want to actually eat at that meal can definitely be there. Um, this would be after you noticed, right? This would be after you guys had the conversation of how he feels about being dead. Everybody would have everybody would have eventually gravitated toward those seats because it would have been fairly obvious that essentially dinner is ready. You know what I mean? But in light of everything, there is sort of like that little bit of a, oh shoot, that was crazy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So if there's anything that anybody wanted to bring up now, we could do that, like as a unit, right? As the class united.
Uh,
Is Nell here?
Are we willing to have dinner with them now?
Nell hates us.
No, I don't hate you guys. Um, how long has
You
it
could
been since
smelled
we've
it.
returned, realistically?
How long has it been since what?
Since we've returned from the fight?
Oh, okay. So I'm willing to say that there was kind of a bit of a pep in the step just because one, not only did Cornelius want to get back himself quickly, but there was the idea that it was like, y'all still don't really want to be out here when it's dark. And clearly one of you is not in very good shape. So oh yeah. So the idea of getting back fairly quickly was, I'm willing to say that it has probably been. Oh my gosh, poor timing. I'm willing to say it's been about 45 minutes since it's all wrapped up, right? So it's about 7:15 p.m. right now. So about 45 minutes total.
Who's in bad shape? What you talking about, Willis?
Nobody now. Everybody's doing
Fine.
fabulous. They've been patched. Admittedly, though, now would be the time. Oh no, we're gonna be going into a long rest. Never mind. Never mind. We're good. I was gonna say now would be the time you would need to use your die, but we're good. Gonna go rest.
I don't know. I mean, Nell might, but realistically, in real life, the kid's kind of being a wackadoodle right now. So I'm just gonna say that she's getting drunk and having a party by herself.
Okay. Um. I'll go so far as to say as far as like your guys' class, it probably could have been a more natural thought. You know what I mean, that would be how your night would go. Just because that's how all your previous nights have. um, Anything specific everyone wants to bring up with everyone together?
I think it like as long as Chow's not like doing his zoned out, his monk things, I might go and turn to him and ask how he's feeling.
Anybody that approaches, I kind of already do that thing that I did with YOLO at the beginning of this campaign, which he's, but still, where I almost seamlessly hand them the food, and they can ask how I'm doing, but still, just it's almost like I'm aware, but there's nothing there. Like I am everything and nothing like before, but more so nothing than before. So I'm not really in
Anything.
solitude, I would say. I'm not alone 'cause I'm fully aware of all of my surroundings. At least the surroundings that I'm paying attention to anyways.
Mhm.
Things in my direct periphery and whatnot. But at the same time, I am I'm still chanting and just it's almost like my eyes are rolled in my back of my head. Like I am
Right, right.
completely zenned out. Whereas I might
So
not talk, but you understand that I am like still expressing myself towards the person if they, talk to me. But really I am just like I am Chow and I'm making Chow. uh
he does look
and
very.
like
I wouldn't say mechanical, but it's clear that he's more aware of your presence than willing to like engage. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I think I kind of pick up on that. I like just awkwardly hold the plate of food in my hands, and I even realize I took it from him.
Yeah, it
Right.
was that flawless. It's kind of like when somebody's talking on the phone and you hand them something and then they get off the
You
phone and
just
they
take
don't
it.
even realize that
Yeah.
you've handed them something. It's that kind of that it's so we're so in tune with each other yet so separated from each other at the same time that you went to talk to me and I handed you a plate and you didn't even realize that you took it.
Yes.
So like together, like separate together. I am alone, but I am everywhere at the same time. Kind of how I figure my character would be playing on the whole like um isolation yet, raised by humans kind of dichotomy or whatever, that I've got going on there. That's just like I
What
am
is this?
that right
Where's all the money? That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs. Go ahead and add it up. Every cent's accounted for.
and with that
Look,
my cat and
see this?
came up and plopped right
That's a
on my
car.
shoulder.
275 thou. Might want to hang on to that one.
Stop it.
My
These
my
serious
actual
moments.
he just plopped his back end on the back of my chair and front end over my shoulder and started purring.
He said, "I'm ready. What are we doing? How are we rolling this?"
Exactly. Well, he
Um,
is my co-streamer, but I'm not
there
streaming
you
still.
go. So then, yeah, I'll say that you all. It's not exactly awkward, right? Because everybody sort of does have the understanding that it was like, dang, one of us just died. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And with the idea that there was that first brush with Marina, with the idea that it has been such a close hit to home with the fact that it was like essentially Chow's dad. You know what I mean? It's clear that the the feeling of that target is setting in. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that's going on, though it doesn't exactly like involve you, it is now far more obvious than it ever that you are caught up in it and they are mad at you about it. You know what I mean? This is the attention of the god. Like this is what comes of the attention of the gods. You all willing to go to bed? Oh, go
I
ahead.
think Holt wanted to kind of introduce the elk to the group and have them meet her that way. If in combat, she's relaxed when they're attempting to climb on top of her as a panther or
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
As a
We
panther,
can
yes.
uh, we can allow that so that you always get advantage with that mechanic next time you use it.
Okay.
It can be whatever animal form. You don't have to necessarily just be a cat. um, but yeah, that's fine. Everybody, be more aware of uh. What was your name one more time?
Lila.
Lila. That's the one. So if anybody ever does want to try that, with his steed again, you will get advantage on your animal handling check.
I will immediately go up to the elk to pet it.
I will say this: Chow will not.
And then I guess
Both
I
won't
think
won't
go
interact
ahead.
and won't interact with it in the future for like
Does my
I
speak
think
to animals apply to that?
He's clearly just eating, mechanically too.
Oh man,
Does
we've
your
been
I
there.
which?
don't.
Speak to animals.
I'm not
I
sure how
believe
that
your speak
works.
to animals is just a spell that allows you to talk to them.
Yeah. Well, it's like I
I
don't know if
just
it's like a real animal or
I think it's a spirit technically, but
yeah. I think so as
I'm not
well.
sure.
So I'll just being nosy.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean,
Let's
that's
just
up to
see
Manic.
what. Right. Let's see what it says.
yeah,
If
what
there's
does
any
it say? Because
open-endedness
summoned
to it.
animals can be summoned from a different plane.
That's what I'm saying. If there's any beasts, yeah, beasts. So if it is not technically a beast, if it is technically a spirit, then yeah, I don't think it would work. Now, if it's like the actual spirit of a beast, like if it's like a dead something,
Mhm.
I mean, we could, we kind of like. I'm willing to work it that way. But is that what you want to call it?
I think when I summoned it, I can choose three options: Fiend, Fey, and Celestial. I chose Celestial, so I mean, I don't think it necessarily would have been the spirit of a dead animal, though. No.
Yes. So yeah, probably not. So you probably wouldn't be able to actually like talk with her, but it's very clear that whatever you say to her, she'll
She'll
like
understand.
know what you're saying. Yeah. She's not gonna be like, "What? That's weird, dude. Like, why would, huh?" She might not be able to talk back per se, but I mean, she's pretty keen on Holt. So if nothing else, he could probably interpret whatever whatever mannerisms she has. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just being nosy. I'm like, I think that's the Emmy in me that wants to talk to every single animal I see. I'm
Does
like,
she like me?
does she like me? I
Is
need
she
to
willing to
know.
be my friend forever?
Can I house sit for the elk? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just kind of like in awe, like just petting this thing gently.
Yeah, I think I gave it antlers, but then I remembered female elk don't have antlers, but it's a spirit, so it's gonna have antlers anyway.
She's
But
got mossy antlers. That's what it is. It's not that they're antlers, it's that there are branches
yeah.
growing out of her head in the shape of antlers, and they're growing moss. Moss!
Ark. It's a Patronus.
um, like, did you want to do it through the Roll20 chat or the Discord chat? Lanza, was there anything? No. Okay. Yeah. I said if you want to, if you want to actually communicate something, we can do it that way. I don't mind. So while you guys are having your dinner, eventually there comes a moment where something happens. Let's see. Oh, okay. I didn't. If you want to do it that way. Uh. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that was just me. My bad. You're doing it. Where are you doing this? Why am I tripping? No, oh my gosh. You're doing it in the wrong. You're doing it in TTRPG. Do it in the chat lobby. Right,
Yeah.
Nell would approach holding two bottles, one significantly more dusted than the other. The other in her hand is half empty, the same from after the battle. Yeah, there you go. Here. where we all are, you weirdo. But yes, so she approaches with 2 bottles in hand. One of them is the one that she uncorked with her face at the fight scene. Is there anything you want to say? Yeah, there's room. So she approaches and she sits, kind of holding those 2 bottles.
What a mood.
This way I can see if she's about to say something, and not be like, "What? You say? Are you still there?"
Anticipation just killing me.
I'm willing to say that one, two, three, four. You're probably sitting next to Marina because Holt and Moss are sitting next to each other, and I think Marina was trying to be a little like close to Chow, but not exactly next to Chow. So the closest person, so she sort of sits down and hands the unopened bottle to you, Marina, and then some cups that she had as well.
Okay. I'll take a look at her and do we kind of get to see that she might feel like not that great about things or
Are you
how
trying to
much
hide that? I will go so far as to say is you watched her sort of fetal position in the presence of 2
fair?
deities,
Yes.
and she then drank half of that bottle that she's holding in her hand currently.
Okay. I think I would know that.
Yeah. So she does
So,
she looks, I would say at the very least, probably a little more put together than she did then. But
mhm.
yeah, still a little more, still shaken, I would say. You know what I mean? Still kind of like coming to terms with the gravity of everything. Again, for the most part, dude, there are people that don't even believe in these folks, and you guys have been deliberately targeted by them. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until your arrival and her being the captain of your team that they'd even really approached her. You know?
Yeah. I think kind of noticing I don't make too much of a fuss. I'll just take that second bottle and all the cups and I'll pour everybody else one and just like quietly hand them out before setting back down to her and kind of raising my cup to her. Like in a toast kind of way before downing it.
Mm-hmm. So you take the one. All right. She drinks out of that bottle in her hand.
Yes, it's
You
like
can
a
roll something safe for
solidarity.
me if you want.
In solidarity.
Holt will reach over to Moss and pour half of his cup into Moss's and just, yeah, you need this more than me.
Is Ma back? I know the bird was around. Because y'all watched Ma fade off into the ether after the dragon, the
Oh,
giant roared.
Oh my gosh, if Maul's not there, I probably will ask where Maul is. Not even Marina thing.
Because I think
Emmy
you
just
said it
needs
was
to know.
Nat, right? Nat the owl.
Not the owl.
Okay. Like that was the last animal like companion that you'd had out was the owl.
Holt's gonna try and lure Ma over with some food.
Uh, okay, yeah. Well, Nat didn't go down, but okay, yeah, I'm willing to say that you brought Ma back out, and yeah, he goes, yeah, you let him go over and get drunk with Holt.
Yes.
Uh, I gave the wine to Moss. Sorry, not not Ma.
Oh, Moss! I thought you said Ma.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
he's seeing ghosts, literally.
uh, So okay, yeah. So he hands you his cup, and you're kind of dual wielding at this point. And the food cannot slake your hunger, and the drink cannot slake your thirst. No, I was kidding. You can taste everything, right? There's no like you're not jonesing for it. You know what I mean? Like you don't feel the need to want like
Right. There's
you're not
no
hungry, you're not thirsty.
substance.
But the flavor is still there. You might leak a little bit if you drink both of those like cups all at once. But for the most part, I mean, you're it's good. It's the same thing. You just don't you don't really have a thirst to satiate, and you don't really have a hunger to feed.
Right.
The
Yeah,
drink
I'll kind
would
of
not satisfy.
mhm.
And a woman cannot slake your lust.
Oh boy.
Yeah. For too
You
long
gotta,
I've
you gotta
been
find
parched of thirst and
you
quench.
gotta find all the gold pieces, all the rock. You gotta find all the rock pieces. That's what it is. But no, if you guys, is there anything else?
No, I'll just
I've been
probably
holding
look
out on
at
that joke. I can't
Moss.
have you.
Oh my goodness. I'll look at Moss and be like, "Hey, no napping on carriages this time, please."
Hmm?
Friend.
Right.
I wanted to say that once I do sit and eat my own food, I am
Right,
somewhat normal. Kind of like after a ritual.
right. You are more like present of mind.
Yes.
Um, is there anything that you want to say or ask, or is there anything you're like looking for?
If Ma is approaching, I do look physically uncomfortable. But
Okay.
otherwise, fine.
Okay. Um. Well, I'm willing to say that, right? You guys have your meal, you eat, you talk, you have your moments, right? Talking about whatever, and whichever, and all ever. Eventually, right? It would get to a point. Someone beckons him. Sure. It would get to a point where you all sort of go and would want to find respective, either a respective bed for the night or get to whatever things you're looking to do. That being said, is there anybody that like you don't need to keep watch? You know what I mean? Because there is already like a guard that keeps watch. But is there anybody that wants to like sort of be up and be aware of what's going on in certain hours?
think Holt's gonna go pass out.
Right. He's gonna go straight to bed.
I know who's not sleeping.
Yeah, you don't sleep. Sorry.
Well,
If there's anything you want to do, though, you know,
I just
we
hang
can do it now.
around. Just hang around. Go for a
Mm.
stroll.
Do you want to actually go out? Because you can do that.
Just
If you
around the
want.
grounds. Nothing too
Okay.
static.
There are some people like the blacksmith. At least tonight does seem to be like working almost like all night. You know what I mean? He's still going. His fire's still burning. He's still hammering away. There is like the mess, right? That does have like a late night staff, right? It's very skeleton crew. The menu is very limited as well, but they stay up. That's open like the whole time as well. Um, there are some folk. Huh. Excuse me. There are some folk that are still kind of buzzing around, still kind of moving. I mean, there's no place that is closed for the night aside from like maybe specialty shops. Like there is like a convenience store, if you will. You could still get the blacksmith is still open, the mess hall is still open. You know what I mean? So there's still little things. It's just the items at night are very limited, just because it's restocked the day or the next morning, and it's to discourage thieves, right? They don't keep anything high priced or very special open or readily available that night. Anything specific you want to do then, Moss?
No, nothing specific.
Okay. Then I will say this. During the night, while you all sleep, Marina has a dream. And in this dream, she's walking up to a house, is what it seems, because it's really just a front door that you're kind of hyper focused on, right? You're walking up to this door, and it's an unassuming door. There's nothing specific, no markings, no knocker, no nothing like that. And you find yourself walking in, like just you're walking in, you know this place, you don't know how you know this place, but it feels familiar. There's no weirdness, and it doesn't exactly feel like you're doing it against your will. It just sort of feels like you found yourself in the middle of doing something, knowing that you knew what you were doing. You know what
Very much like
I mean?
sleepwalking, yes.
Yeah, kind of.
Call
You're very aware of it though. So when you open this door and you step through, you do sort of suddenly find yourself in this seat before a fireplace, right? The fireplace is on, like it's a burning fire. It's very obvious that it's here. And there is a man. Let me double check something quick. These notes are right there. Yeah. Okay, there's a man that sits in this chair, and on your approach, he looks at you and he says, "Ah, yes, I've been wanting to meet you for quite some time. I've expected you." And he has this. It's not exactly orange. It would be far more akin to like a peach, but less pink. Like less pink of the peach, more like almost like the color of the meat of the fruit. You know what I mean? So it's very much like a peach hue to him. And he is bald. And his eyes are like they're almost ruby colored. Like you can see the whites, you can see the pupils, but the iris itself, right? The color like that itself, it's almost like a ruby, right? Like it refracts the light of the fire, right? And it twinkle, like it makes them twinkle almost. And he looks at you and he says, "Please have a seat." And you sit down.
Okay. Can I do a religion check?
You sure can.
No, I swear. See, now it's just pressure. Thank you. 22.
Ooh, this is indeed greed. This is Barad, the very second of the Elder Gods.
Okay. You know, so, what do I owe the pleasure?
Ah, well, I have noticed that you have been evoking such grand power in well, maybe not exactly my name, but touting my influence as though it were yours.
I think I kind of tense up for a second. I'm like, I don't, and I'll kind of stop and I'll think. I'll just stare at him and I go, what makes you say?
Your thunder is particularly impressive, my dear. And the way that you wield my ice, well, I guess it's not exactly my ice, but the way that you call upon those desires so devoutly, I cannot help but be impressed. So much so that I do have a proposition for you. Seeing as how you are a, oh, free agent of sorts?
So when I know as a character that Beth kind of denounced me,
Um, she's clearly not against you
yeah,
because she restored
my
what
strength,
had been
right?
afflicted to you. Yeah. And she said, if you need to see this through, then see it through. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I won't bother you, I won't pester you, I won't, you know.
Okay. So I'll have kind of an idea.
Right.
You know, I'll hear you out.
Fabulous. So how did you feel against the Shen thing?
Powerless.
Would it help to say that I can help you if you want to be more powerful?
Is that so?
You call upon evocation, do you not?
I do.
And you shall know the power of the dark side.
I know. I
Strong,
know.
strong Palpatine vibes right
You are
now.
It
you
is.
are effectively a purple saber wielder at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, yeah, you call upon evocation. I have
Fun
ways of
fact:
helping.
the reason why he had a purple lightsaber is because Samuel L. Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber.
Yeah, buddy.
He gets what he wants.
But
Yep.
Windu was wielding both sides, man. Let me tell you.
hmm
Yeah, lore wise.
If you want the help, I'm freely offering.
What's the catch?
It would be doing you a favor, would it not? You are clearly capable on your own. I can just help you. I can just help make you more. Therefore, if I'm helping you, then it would only make sense that at least once you would help me. Is that fair? Only
No,
once?
only once. Okay. Can I do a perception check to see like if he's fucking with me?
Deed it
Sure.
out. Deed it out.
I'll even let
Deed
you.
it out.
I'll even let you roll insight, but it's up to you.
I think they're both 7. Let me
Perception.
see.
Yeah, perception or insight.
Okay. Yeah, they're both 7, so 16.
With the 16, I will say that your perception would note that there is no change in it. Like he's not. There is just like a smile on his face. You know what I mean? Like I'm just I'm just trying to ask you for a favor. But he's clearly not trying to be like, huh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
he's just asking you if you want more, and if you don't, you don't. But he can help you get more, and he can make sure that it's always there.
So no terms. No catch. Just a favor.
Right. Now, I will say that if you do take my help and deny me my favor, well, at that point, the terms become whatever I want them to be, because you would
Oh.
have broken. You understand what I'm saying? You would have broken the expectation that whatever it is that I asked, you would have done. But you denied me my favor, therefore I am now saying you are going to do something. Like, do you understand? My help, your help, you don't want to help me even after I helped you, now I'm going to make you help me, essentially. If you're okay with that.
I'm
One
thinking.
way or another, you will help. Let's put it this way. One way or another, you will help me if you accept my help. But I guarantee you, I would never ask you to harm yourself or never ask you to do anything that would be of a detriment to you or yours or any such. I can definitely guarantee that.
Damn. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Will your help stabilize this world? Can we do that?
I can say that I did already make a promise with nature to assist in the removal of the ones that were stuck here.
You're assisting nature.
Yes, I made a promise with Floria. Races were being created, beings are being made, all for the sake of promoting isolation, woe, and fear, amongst the things of this world. And I aided and begat my creation upon her, for her to do as she saw fit with him. So I made my arrangement. I'm not I'm not a monster. I just want to be involved. Clearly, you know how I came to be exiled. Do you not? All by myself.
I do. I do quite remember.
So I know what
One
it's
of it.
like to be cast out. I know what it's like to be ostracized. I know what it's like to have nothing left. Much to the same as you, I would imagine. Mayhaps not kindred spirits, but empathetic ones, quite possibly.
One favor, though. I'm not bound to you other than that one favor.
No, you wouldn't be bound to me, even if you denied me my favor. I would just make you do what I wanted.
Hmm.
But the one time,
But the one
you
time.
wouldn't be you wouldn't be enslaved to me for the rest of whatever life you have left. You
And
things last so quickly.
you would not hurt me or mine for the mission that we have.
No, I have no interest in your mission. Are you not but a simple class of monster killing talents? Is that not what you? I don't know what you. I don't have no idea what you do. I know what you're capable of, but that is of no interest to me. No consequence.
I
He'll even
think at
kind of
this.
like put out his
Mhm.
hand.
Oh, okay. So in my mind, in Marina's mind, that she does not want to be bound to any god, just like as she told Death, she kind of wanted to be a free agent. So considering he's offering that and that, as it stands, he will not get in the way of what they're trying to do currently in controlling chaos.
He's outright said that he has no idea what you're doing. Yeah, he's like,
I take his hand and I'll accept.
okay. So he does grip it, and it is a squeeze. Like, uh, he doesn't pull. You know what I mean? But when he does grab, it's very as like a Venus flytrap. Speed times 5. You put your hand in it, and he grabs you. Like, yes, fabulous. And he shakes like once very vigorously. When he shakes you once that very vigorously, there is like a whoop that echoes through you. And he goes, now, anything that you cast that is of my school will always strike true. Um, if you want it enough, I can guarantee it will hurt a lot. But you have to want it.
I
I
think
will
I
not
could
do
do
that part
that.
for you. Oh, fabulous.
Don't worry. I had that down to a T.
Now remember, the more you want it, the more I may be able to provide. But that is definitely dependent on you.
And I'll just nod. I think Marina already feels a bit uneasy, but also she knows she could take all the help she could get.
You must be exhausted after everything. Please, take a room.
Take a room.
Yes, you've come to visit. Please, rest. You've had quite a past few days.
I think this will be the first time I actually look around this place.
So
Um,
as you look around, I will even go so far as to say as you stand up. You stand up and you walk. And you are walking like you know exactly where you're going. And there's a hallway and there's a door at the end. And you walk and you pass a door on the left, right, a door on the right, a door on the left. And as you get closer and closer to this one door at the end of this hallway, you actually turn to your right, probably like the third door on your right down. And you will open that door, and there will, like, it's a bedroom, right? So, I mean, it's actually kind of a small bedroom, right? It's just enough for, like, a bed, a wardrobe, a desk with a vanity mirror and a chair, like just enough room to navigate through those like 3 pieces of furniture, whatever, you know. And you lay down in this bed and you go to sleep.
okay.
I can't. Okay. Um. So the next morning, right? Like, is there anything anybody actually wants to look for or do or ask about or anything like that? Because I'm willing to. We can pull a little bit of a time skip here, if not, and then we can even kind of, say you guys are training, and that's where you get the 2 levels from, and all that. You know what I mean? And if there was something you want to follow up on, or like this would now kind of be the time for that. But if there's anything specific you wanted to actually like search out or find out or anything like that, like is there anything you guys want to do the next morning?
I don't think I have anything in particular.
Go! Dice roll!
Lots has something to do. She wants to go talk to Moss.
Okay, then yes.
Go! Dice roll!
Do you find your way back to the tent? Are you still walking around this little underground? Because you pass by that little church building type thing, right? That's even open, right?
Eh,
You can walk by all that. Like you circle everything. You see all the workings and
Pretty much by the time dawn hits, Moss has made his way back
Doesn't
to like the general location of like where the initial campfire was. Sits back
Okay.
down and just zones
doesn't
back out.
question.
Then yeah,
Doesn't
it's okay.
Nell still technically have that necrosis on her arm?
She does still, yes, suffer from the strength damage that she endured. So there is a sign of like, yeah, there's a sign of like withering to where she got hit. Or Nella never touched Nell.
True.
So you find Moss. He's sitting there. Everybody's still like probably in the process of waking up and getting whatever, and he looks like he's been sitting there. Is that your dog?
I don't like it.
That was awesome.
Not mine. I was just like it sounded like a dog.
Oh my! Oh
Uh,
fuck! She. Today's the day for her.
That's just funny. So you watch as she sort of approaches you, right? But Ma will sort of get into like a right behind her like side, right? He'll sit, but like almost immediately behind her.
I thought Maul had
Like
gotten
her
taken
right side,
out
I
during
guess.
that.
Yeah,
Giant attack.
but she brought him back, right? She told Al to go home, and she brought Ma back out. You can assume that that's what she was doing when she went back to her office because you didn't hear anything. I mean, like you didn't. She went in and did stuff, I guess, and then came out. I love your dog.
I'm so sorry.
So it sounds like mine. That's why it's so funny.
Yeah.
She's
Imagine it could be so much worse together, Mike. Oh.
she asks, "Good morning. Are you sensitive to light?" I think it's the wrong button. Did you say no? Uh-huh. I hear you. Did you say no? You're not sensitive to light? No, I don't mean to be abrupt. I know you're a roguish sort to begin with. My brother is kind of the same. And she sort of settles against like a nearby barrel. Am I tripping? Can I not hear? Is anyone else saying things?
No, it's just you. Blackened, are you muted?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My microphone was on, but I wasn't at my desk.
She's talking to Moss, right?
She's talking
Yeah.
to Moss.
What was that? Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she asked
I
you.
was just zoned
You're
out
good.
there.
This,
I was
this
in
will work
character.
because no,
Fucking
this will
lock
work
in.
Yeah, okay. So she walks up. She sees the dog comes up with her. and she'll ask you, "Good morning. Are you sensitive to light?"
Oh, okay. That I thought you were asking out of character. I was just like waiting for an answer for someone. I was like,
Oh,
no.
yeah, she's talking to you.
I thought that was like being asked just like in
Oh.
general. So I'm just sitting here like,
Oh my
You
god.
get
can't be targeted
sunburnt
to me.
easily. Well, you should get this copper tone.
I was just sitting here like, check it
Did
out.
I tell you we weren't sponsored this
Hey.
episode? I'm sorry, my bad.
Like, no, I'm not.
Copper tone gave me a sponsorship because of how bad y'all burned me last session. So are you sensitive to light?
No,
No.
think so.
I don't mean to be abrupt, but I know you're a roguish sort to begin with, and my brother's the same way. And she sort of settles up against a nearby barrel. You mean?
All right.
Is there anything else you wanted to bring up? Now that you're in here, what? Did you knock?
No.
Oh, that was weird. I thought I heard a knocking noise. Go ahead.
So Nella's trying to look like nonchalant, you know what I mean? Kind of aloof, but she always kind of looks like she's got like a stick up her back end. She's very stiff when she's sober, when she's not drunk.
Mhm.
So she's trying to appear more comfortable with the situation than she is.
Okay. He did say he's not sensitive to light.
Oh,
I'm sensitive.
gremlin.
I like how
My
It's like,
gremlin.
just like slowly lean in to
Hi,
like,
gremlin.
yes.
Huh?
Gremlin. Got
yeah.
back.
I was like, no, I was trying to like let you in. Oh goodness.
Hold on.
For God's sakes, lady, just give me the damn number.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And then she just turns around and walks on, you know, like that was it. No, no, just kidding.
Are you sensitive to light? No.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, that did not go
She
putting
sort
I
of
had that in my head.
scribbles, sort of
She's
scribbles
trying to
something
talk
on her
about her
palm,
brother.
you know.
She's trying to talk about her brother. What?
I know, and I'm just like, I'm like waiting for the next, like, okay. Then I just nod, you know, just like, okay.
Okay, he nods.
Yes,
There we
I
go.
know.
There's something. Yes. You guys are funny.
Son, this is funny. I was like, yeah, all right, uh-huh.
It's like
Okay.
it's like you,
She says,
you threw your line into the water, and I'm just not biting. I'm just like,
I- he's clearly zoned. She goes like, "It's I'm bad at this, you know, connections. Uh, but you can tell me, you know, if you need anything, I'm here for you. If you want to talk about it, death or living after death, and you can tell that she's a little uncomfortable. You know, like she's very like very much at a loss of like what to do because you're dead. You know,
Oh.
like, I don't really care for the gods or their games, but you are part of my squad, and that does mean something to me.
right.
She's like, she is trying to get it across that she does like, so she clearly gives a shit that you died. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that is very obvious that she's trying to convey that. but she doesn't really know how to talk to somebody after they've died.
Yeah, I could read the room. I think I've gotten that feeling from pretty much everyone at this point. A pat on the shoulder from like every passerby at this point. Like, yeah.
Most people look at you and they're a little thrown. You know what I mean? But yeah, some people, some people are like, "Oh man, you look like shit.
Yeah.
You look like the Walking Dead." you know. Is there anything else? No, Lata? Or no? And everybody would kind of like. She's obviously not like trying to. Yeah, well, he said, okay, like he did sort of acknowledged you saying that. You know what I mean? There wasn't like a deliberated like response to it, but
Acknowledgement. I'm
he's
there.
he's
I'm
clearly
listening.
shaken. Like he's clearly shaken too, because this guy he's the one that just died. You know what I mean? Like he's sort of when you came to him, he was a little like out of it. Like you know what I mean? He's coming to terms with an idea that you're also trying to come to terms with. Just, I have three. You know, younger brothers. Dice roll. She's sort of like you watch as she like fidgets. I'm not quite sure how to set up, the thoughts that she's clearly having. Like she's just trying to get the ducks in a row, is what it seems like.
Right.
I mean, they would beat each other senseless regularly. Like they cut apart one another with words, and I would have to remind them all the time that we build each other up, right, and not tear each other down. And these words do come out, and they do sort of feel like she's stream of conscious like right now. You know what I mean? But it does seem to sort of help her get the thoughts into order. You know what I mean? So as she like sort of admits this, and she's not hiding what she's saying, but she is sort of just like talking to you directly. So everybody, I guess, would sort of be aware of what she's saying. She just wouldn't be necessarily saying it for everybody. And I want that for all of you as well, right? This is kind of where she is acknowledging if people are listening, but she's still telling him, I want that for all of you as well, pick up the pieces of whatever's left after all these fights and then build from there.
We together.
I didn't know you before you came, but before you became this new thing, and I don't think you're something strange or broken. This is just kind of your new baseline. And now we build as a team. And again, that is sort of addressed at whoever is listening, just not exactly, though she does sort of, the eye does sort of look. And that's where she'll turn, right? And say, if that's okay with everyone, and then with you, back at Moss.
Holt will look up from, whatever he's doing, and he'll stand up and he'll just salute Nell.
Um,
And Moss
There's
stands
no
up,
like smile.
does the same.
There's an acknowledgement, and there's an acknowledgement back at Moss too.
All right, so I guess we're all here.
Yeah, this is where you guys went to sleep. You know, this is the morning after you
Okay.
had that dream, and but as you guys were sort of waking up and rousing, she approached and had this conversation essentially with him. You were all like, she wasn't trying to be quiet, right? She didn't like pull him aside or anything, but the boss.
Yeah, I think I'll just like
So
kind
Holt,
of
you watch
nod.
as Holt and Moss salute. We'll stand up
Yeah.
and salute.
Considering Nell got a little pissy at people trying to help me with the shadows, I kind of just nod to her, and I kind of look over at Moss and I go, "Yeah, we have your back."
When there's that level of acknowledgement, does Chow do anything or no?
Oh my gosh, I figured out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I see the thread. I see. There's the dialogue that's been
Blacken,
missing this entire
blacken,
time.
blacken. Oh no.
Yeah, I
We
see
were.
now. I see now. Hi, found it.
I think
Confirmed.
Manic and I were both losing our fucking shits. We're like, what
Because
is
like I've
happening?
seen like it appearing in like Twitch chat, so I've just been sitting here, just like okay, okay, and then it
Oh
literally
And
all
no.
makes sense now.
there was a moment where it was happening in the TTRPG clubhouse, right? But
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
in the
exactly.
voice chat lobby is
Yeah, I've seen lots
But
of
yeah,
just like
okay.
messaging here and there, and I've just been like, okay. Just for some reason, I guess for like a 5 minute stretch there, I just stopped looking at it, and I'm just sitting here like, when everyone's having
What's
this,
happening?
why is Moss
Weird.
replying? Like,
Yeah. So she does sort of like smile at the acknowledgement, but does Chow do anything?
Mm, I never had a problem with him, no matter how he looked.
uh, when Nell comes up.
Oh, well,
So she
All right,
basically asks, like, this is kind of where she wants to have this baseline with everybody. Like, everything may have happened, and it does in the light of some of this like pretty crazy stuff. Now is where she'd like to kind of, okay, we're in this together. Yes. Yeah.
I always thought we were.
Fabulous. And so she's so she says, looks around, smiles, right, and says, "Good. I mean, good." You know, and salutes back at the ones that saluted her. Like you watch her, she sort of like her eyes sort of trail off a little bit, and then she looks back up and salutes back. Did you want to say anything else? Or is anything anybody wanted to bring up? Or because I will say, now is a good time to break. I do want to get a drink. I'm a little parched. But now would be okay. Now would
Hmm.
be a good time to break, or if there's anything anybody wants to bring up, like before the entirety of the group.
Break is fine by me.
Fabulous. Then yeah, in about and give me like 20, and we'll be back. Hopefully closer to 10:15. But I guess I want to get some of my stuff too, so I'll be right back.
Well, this gets awkward because I gotta get off in like 40 minutes or so. Yeah, I kind of got. It's just awkwardly awkward stuff. How are you, Mr. Shins? How is the? Everyone's settled in now, right? Like the family's all there, and how's the job? Sleep. What is sleep? You don't sleep, Black. You don't get to sleep. Well, here, job is great. Is it better than your previous job? Out of curiosity. One of the few times. It's like, damn, it feels good to be employed again. Yeah, likewise, Mr. Shins. I was like, man, hopefully everything's good because, like, last I heard, you went to go. I guess you were to go pick your family up from the airport that day, and I'm like, I had to go get batteries for like your like mattress because it blows up. And Nikki said your family was going to be there within like 24 hours. I'm like, oh, this is a good day for you. So I'm guessing everything's like lining up this week, right? Like you had all your stuff's probably there by now, hopefully. It's kind of all coming together. Dreams in this week. It was right. Dang. And that's the thing that's gonna really suck about, especially like already like everyone I pretty much know living on the West Coast as it is. It's like you're even farther west now. I gotta keep an eye out for your streams in the morning because I should be able to catch you like before I go to work in the morning. That time the same, starting at 8 p.m. Hawaiian time now. Yeah, still, well, it's like really late slash really early. It's like in like 5 a.m. to like 7, 8 a.m. maybe. I guess. But as long as you're back on routine and your schedules, starting to kind of get back together. No, I am Eastern. I'm Eastern. Yeah, exactly. Which means only one thing, Mr. Shins. You gotta go like doing like 6 hour streams so I can definitely catch you in the mornings. Well, that's good. Daylight savings time needs to get here soon then. That's definitely in the middle of my sleep routine. Minus days I'm off. D&D's been good, Knack. How are you? What's Knack? We're just chilling. Manic had to step away, and I think everyone kind of scattered. Temporarily.
I'm back.
Ship's back. I'm no longer alone. So scary.
Oh, Manic's got a game on his stream.
Yeah, he's got Words with Friends. Not Words with Friends.
I see.
Yeah. So I would recommend everyone over here go over there because there's at least something going on. I'm just sitting here in dead silence, like a freaking psychopath. Like it's fine, just. Too bad I can't invite everyone in to watch the circus in my head while we're sitting here.
Moss has a lot going on in his head.
He's whispering something about Sauron. The end is nigh. I was gonna put like something like background noise or just something on. I was like, yes, awkward silence. Yes, this is how we do things here now.
We had the battle music, but I mean, we've just been role playing, so
It's a war all the time. I know, I agree, Mr. Shins. This would just totally go back to night shift. It's not out of the question, but immediately it's not in the immediate plans, unfortunately.
I will say I shared my screen with the group if you want to share the game on your channel. Eh? Eh?
Maybe.
They can see you watching that, and then they can even play if they want.
Good. Gentlemen of leisure. I guess everyone's here except for Emmy.
We're just waiting on Emmy to show up because I'm willing to fast forward like time skip, but I don't know if she has anything she wants to share this morning or if we can just fast forward.
All right. Because I can go for like another 40 minutes before I have to stop for the night, unfortunately. So
It's fine. It's totally fine. Like I said,
whatever.
mostly RP is what I was kind of hoping to get through.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things, like I said, just a couple of things I did want to establish, and there's a few things that I just wanted to like kind of baseline out, see where everybody's at, and how that would affect, if it would affect. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, we'll we'll totally push for it. I think we can get. I think we can get. It would mean that the last session would be. No, we'll push it. We'll push it. I think what'll end up happening is we'll have to stop mid combat if you guys are okay with that.
We've already done that, so I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, I'm good with
Right,
it.
right. Okay. Right on.
Or rather, it was
Because
the
I think I.
beginning, wasn't it?
Right, right.
No, it
I
was in the
think I
middle.
want. I think I
Minotaur?
want. Well, we started the beginning of combat with yeah, with the giant, but with the minotaur we did have to stop mid combat. So yeah, I think I'm willing to do that if you guys are. Sweet. Um just so that way we don't have to like establish it, we can just fast forward. You would have heard back on this day, right? Right, just so that we kind of all know. You would have heard back on this day, right? The morning of this day, that um there has been a reply, right? Um but the soonest that any kind of like a reply to the letters and all that, but the soonest that any kind of mobilization could take place would probably be in like 4 or 5 days time. You know what I mean? So so Cornelius, right? Cornelius S. Meadows probably won't be back for almost a week in game.
Hmm.
You'd all be able to, at the very least, like get that. You know? Hmm. Trying to think if there's anything. Because I think. Yeah, I think a lot of what went on was enough. Especially with them actually appearing before you. That was far though. That's pretty good. Oh my gosh. You know how to play this?
Yeah.
Oh.
I love
And then he
Minesweeper.
exploded.
And then I went boom.
Huh. There was word back from uh
Cornelius?
the from Tarsus saying they
Oh.
got a message from the other heads, right? A cumulative message from the other heads of state, essentially. And the soonest that anybody can send like mobilize a force was going to be uh like 5 days, 4 or 5 days time. And Falk needs to be there. I shouldn't say needs to, but Falk is going to be there to meet them when they arrive in Tarsus, so she won't be on her way to um, where this pass is, right, for another 5 days. So, well, we'll see. We'll see how well this plays. I'm gonna block this really quick. Y'all are gonna, yeah, have to deal. Okay, cool. Um, so you won't see Cornelius except for about a week, and that means that there is now a time limit on how fast this quarry needs to be cleared. So efforts do get sort of, maybe not exactly doubled, but they do kind of get a move on, right, to um, getting that whole thing cleared. I'll even say that you guys are sort of called in every once in a while to help clear rubble, right? Um, and we're gonna have to end on episode on what's it called? Exit. I know there's only one. Too bad, guys. Love you. Bye. Um, boop. Right. Where's my? Oh damn! I didn't want to close the whole thing out. My bad, B. My bad. Don't stop it. Thank you. My computer gets angry sometimes. So they then call you, like I said, they call you in to help sometimes. Yes, I have to launch back into the game. Baka baka. And but before all that, was there anything that next morning, that you wanted to bring up before we do our time skip? I gave everybody the opportunity. I just want to make sure if you had one. Like,
Um,
right. Nell's
no,
there. She's
yeah,
talking about how, she wants to be a team and all that.
yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So, then yes, then you would all hear back, right? You'd all receive word, um, at least about Cornelius, and then you would be sort of then put to work to help with those efforts. Um, and here's where we'll flash forward. It does take, right, about 2 days. Now that that big monster thing isn't trying to, block the path, it does become a little bit easier to clear a way through and make sure that, it's safe and passable. But it does take 2 days. You are part of the team that is clearing, right? Because they do have like guards, right? But they don't exactly know what's going on the other side of that. Um, so they're they have you guys because you killed a titan. They have you guys there, just to make sure, right? Just so that way nothing does go to sep. And when they do clear it, or when they do kind of get closer and closer, you can hear, like, those of you with a passive perception of, yeah, I'll say higher than 12. That's fine.
Yay, 17.
Dang
So
it.
the only one
Four hold.
would be
Oh,
Holt.
oh.
Yeah. uh it's just because he's helping move rocks, you know what I mean? Like, he's not listening. But yeah, like, there would be, as things are getting cleared, there would be the sound of, like, something on the other side. Um, the foreman does notice, right? He does hear, and he sort of calls for you all to stop clearing away. And as, like, his men sort of study him, he sort of approaches you, and he's carrying a pipe. He says, I gotta admit, guys, knowing what is out there, things like giant men and turned bulls, I can't leave my guys here. If something like that is on the other side of this pass. Would you all be willing to sort of do it?
I think that's up to
Yes.
our
No.
captain.
Yeah, I'll look over at Nell.
He's very sheepish. Like, he understands what he's asking because he's part of this, like, team, right? But he's not a fighter. Like, it's true. Okay. And, like, as you sort of look at him and nod back, He says, "Thank you. I do appreciate it. There's just been a lot, and we don't want to lose anymore. Good luck to you. Whatever whatever it is that's on the other side of that." And he sort of, you know, ducks low and, holding his hat in his hand, and essentially like runs off. And you watch as the rest of them gather up wagons and they start riding out. And it is like it would be probably 8 o'clock, right? The morning of this second day in this into this work, right? The rest of this work. So 2 days after fighting that giant. She says, and the fun continues. Which one of you can take a hit?
I can take a hit.
And I can confirm he can take a hit. I was there.
Yeah.
I don't. I. If you're asking for a frontliner,
Sorry, she was in the wrong room. Why are you going into the lar? We're in the voice chat. Yeah, yeah. So Holt said, "What are you doing?" Holt said that he can take a hit. You're bouncing all over the place.
uh, if you're asking for a front, somebody to protect you, I can protect you.
Oh, can you still hear him? Oh, I guess yeah, through the stream if you're watching that. Okay, yeah, you're good. This is like, how are you gonna hear him if you're not in the voice chat lobby? Like that's what the voice chat lobby is for. The voice. But yeah, isn't there a delay with that? I need to establish who to heal first. Priority for potions, spells, and who I should direct to higher points. And that would be essentially when you guys would say, okay, yeah, that's me.
I'll be on the front
Mhm.
line.
I would prioritize healing the
Yeah.
paladin.
I'm a crack shot with this thing.
Thanks. I'll be where I need to be. I mean, she's fought with us before, right? So wouldn't she know like our formation essentially?
Yeah, she's just making sure like now before because now she sort of knows, well, there's clearly something going on, so she's establishing it now. And she even says, I was remiss in not knowing it earlier, and you deserve better than
Like you literally fought 3 battles with us.
that.
You were there.
Brother, I like
Yeah,
it took
but she
Moss
doesn't
dying
know.
and not me almost dying.
Well, for instance, she
Okay.
doesn't technically. I don't know. I don't think she's seen me heal anyone, and
Right,
nobody's seen me do necrotic damage until this last battle, and they didn't notice.
right, because yeah. So
I
said
mean,
she's just
So I
making
am
yeah.
a.
sure that
I
she
am
knows
technically a
every.
frontliner, but I
You are
avoid damage.
versatile,
I don't tank. Pretty much avoid it
right? This is
by
you are
being
versatile.
dexterous. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Also,
that
mind
that's
you,
not about Colt by
Holt. How
himself.
many times can Holt cast that divine the +2 AC or whatever spell?
The +2 AC. It's
Yeah.
just it's a level 1 spell, so if I use it all on that, I could use it 4 times. I have 4 level 1 spell slots currently.
Okay. Just wondering if you could cast that on yourself and myself, since we'll be in the front
I think
line.
I can only cast it 1 at a time because it's concentration, but I could cast it on other people, yeah.
Is that how that works? Does it cancel the previous one, Manic?
I think you can only be concentrated on 1 spell at a time.
It sucks. You can't stack.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
concentration would
concentration,
only
yeah.
be
Okay, that's
you'd
fine.
have to break concentration on
Use
one.
it on yourself then.
Okay, lots over here, helping us, strategize or tactics here. Proactive here. It's nice.
Yeah, how soon
Do we
will
know if
we
it
be
sounded
on
like
the
a
other
bunch of things or a big
So it'll
or a
take
bunch of
you,
big
right? If
things?
I guess it depends. If it's just you pulling rocks, it'll take you a little bit. But if you
No.
have, a few of you doing that, you can hear them. So there's probably some kind of probably some kind of pile on that side too. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
they're not on flat ground. Like you're not gonna like knock this thing over and stuff's gonna be pouring through. Yeah, but you would be at the very top, you could assume, of like a pile of debris and rocks that they have to stand on top of too. What do you mean?
I was talking about we heard something. What did we hear? Did it
There
sound like
was
a
a
lot of
snarling.
things or
No,
okay,
it did sound like
another
only
big
one,
thing?
but there was a snarling. Yeah, it's relatively, you would probably akin it to something of, yeah, maybe like a large dog
So it's a behemoth.
or,
Okay. Final Fantasy
huh?
behemoth.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yes.
Hear the
And
ball
I'll be
she
music.
ready
says,
to
so
be
okay,
impaled again, but with magic
right,
too.
but with magic. She says, okay, so exploring this place in
uh,
pair formation. The front two will be Holt and Chow, and behind them, 10 feet, Marina and I, and in the back, Ma and Moss. Any complaints?
No complaints.
No complaints.
we aren't supposed to. Thought that was in the handbook.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No complaints.
Huh. So, in the clearing of this path, right? Boop.
Oh, look, new map.
No map.
There is you would be Holt and Chow that see it first, right? There is, if you'll use your imaginations, right?
So where we going, boss?
That's a
Where we
good idea.
going? Going.
Yes, this would be cool.
Where did he go, George? Where did he go?
How much way did he go? How much way did he go?
Hey, yo, boo boo.
Uh, I wish I
Hey,
could.
boo boo.
But
Can we
we'll
go
do it
swipe a
that way.
picnic basket?
City
So you're
Ranger.
talking about, right, boulders on this side, right? You're talking about boulders on that side,
Twinsies.
right? And you're talking about boulders here, right? You're talking
Boulder.
about, right?
That's a real nice boulder.
I like that boulder.
That's a nice boulder.
We used to ride those babies for miles.
Right? And you clear, so
It's a rock.
Holt
Not just a boulder.
and
It's a
It's a rock. Sorry.
Holt
Uh,
and Chow would probably be about right up front, right? If we're keeping that kind of idea that y'all were bringing rocks down, and the rest of you would be in the formation that you would need to be in. So make sure you put yourselves where you would be.
If I could oversteer.
And I think you need to pull yours from. Oh, you're not in roll 20. Are you getting roll 20 for me, Lata? You are here, and so is your dog.
And your little dog, too.
And she wants to use aid on Ma, Holt, and Chow,
I took my legs and threw them over
which I
there.
believe
Took my
is
chest and threw it over there.
+5. +5 temporary HP, I believe.
What now?
Oh yeah, I think it is. I think it's 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's going to
5
use
temp
aid
HP?
on, Ma, Holt, and Chow. Marina, you're too close. Unless that's where you want to be.
I eat a brownie and I toss
Oh, no, that is 10 feet. Oh, dang. That is really close.
And as you're enjoying that brownie, Moss just stares and just thinks to himself, he hasn't offered me a brownie in a while. Still waiting for that brownie.
Fabulous.
See, it's efficient
Oops.
food.
There we go. So you guys clear this way, right? And there's rubble and stuff here, but
Oh,
it's all just kind of.
who else was asking for a treat?
Oh, right. So as they're clearing rubble, Chow is munching down on one of his brownies. Did anybody else want a snack?
I gave one to Holt. Somebody else, I heard a complaining.
He had this buzzing sound for some odd reason.
How much does the brownie give me?
You might need this too. I hand Mosquito treat.
Is it
You might
a
not be able to
D4
taste it,
temporary
but
or 5?
it is. I'm looking it up here. Trying to find it, but
You'll be able to taste it, huh? No,
oh, hit point.
your tongue's still there and it still works. You just
There's no nourishment. It's just
Chef feet. Up. It doesn't say it on my printed chef feet. Chef. Here we go. Cook special food.
oh boy.
4 plus my proficiency bonus, so it's 7. Or no, enough of this food for creatures to go to 4. No, that's 1. Treat these
That's like something out
temporary
of
hit
Dark
points
Souls.
equal to my proficiency bonus. So my proficiency bonus is 3, so it's 3 additional hit points.
Ooh, snap.
So then we have 8. 3 of us have 8 temporary hit points.
Wait.
Right? Aid gives, or no, 8. Or aid.
Yeah,
How much is
aid
aid?
gives 5, I believe.
Yeah, so then 8. Me, Holt, and Moss have 8 additional temporary hit points.
Moss, I think, only has the 3 from the brownie because didn't you give Ma? Yeah, Ma the extra HP.
Yeah, it was Ma, Holt, and Chow.
Yeah,
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't Moss.
so I think Moss should only get +3.
That's fine. Nothing's more awkward than whenever like a minion side character gets the love and the health and the regeneration, but then one of the main characters is like, "Yeah, you're fine."
I didn't know if burning would heal you or something. Since you're
Yeah,
evil and all.
probably. You're kind of scared to touch it. Like, oh.
That's hilarious. All right, everybody roll initiative.
Initiative? There we go.
Because as y'all, well, as they clear the way, right, this big rock rolls down, and you watch as this.
That's a 16 for
manticore.
me.
Fabulous. you push these big rocks, the last of these big rocks out of the way, right? It's a
Well-
bit of a pile of rubble, right, that you're standing on. So it is difficult terrain, I will say, for you two.
All right. Initiative.
You go ahead and roll for me.
Yeah.
So right here.
It should-
I got a 2.
Sweet.
Honestly,
I was gonna
I
see
got
if you were.
a 15.
like I'm going first.
Yeah, I have a 10.
Okay, so I'm going to do this real quick. Oh,
Moss is about to do Moss things here.
let's get keto. Excuse you. All right. So let me pull this up. All right. Now, to those standing, right, so Holt and Chow standing right there at the entrance of it, do me a favor and roll me a perception.
We already know what Holt's
Okay.
gonna get.
No.
Oh!
No!
Got
Damn,
it
there it
is. Look!
The one time.
Go ahead.
The
Go
one
ahead.
time.
Holt can
You didn't need
see.
it here. Look at you. It's because you're standing on a higher plane of elevation, is what it is.
Oh.
Go ahead, fighter. Give me one for.
14.
Okay, that is totally high enough too. So as you guys are standing there and you watch as this boulder, right, this thing that you sort of heave, this last big one that you heave out of the way that clears at the very least this space. You watch as this giant beast, right, sort of leaps out of the way of this boulder, and other beasts standing on this pile that do indicate that there are other manticores as well. Right, just for the sake of, it looks exactly like that, right? It's a lion, right, with some wings, and it looks totally twisted and gross. But there are also these weird, they look like wolves, but they have a scorpion tail, right? So there are these lions with these bat wings and these wolves with these scorpion tails.
What in the Dark Souls is going on here?
Again, only they see there are these beasts that are sort of, they're prowling this rock pile together essentially. And actually, that was one of them. That is going to be. What did you say yours was again, Mosquito?
Initiative?
Mhm.
16.
And Marina?
10. Wait, for like initiative? Yeah.
Yeah, initiative.
Yeah, 10.
You get a. Oh, no, but. Oh, that's right. You and Holt. 10. This is also a 10. What's your what are your guys' dex scores? Marina and now? The actual
11.
score? Right. Okay. Interesting. Then that means it'll be nil, then Marina. 14. And I will do that Holt. Moss. And then Chow was 15. Fabulous. Okay. So you, Moss, would actually only see. Let me do this real quick. But you, Moss, would only see that one manticore up there, right? But it is you that acts first as you watch as they sort of push that out of the way, and then surprise monster. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
pretty much. We know that this is an obvious threat, right? This isn't like a surprise, like passive thing that can happen. This is a
You were aware that there was something on the other side of this rock face, right?
right.
This is clearly what's on the other side of this rock face.
Okay. Who goes after me out of curiosity?
Immediately after you would be Chow,
Show.
because he got a 15.
This is a really good combination we have here.
You should roll a D100.
Out of
You'll
curiosity,
find out on my turn.
I'll ask you as DM. May I move, pass, let Chow do his move, and then attack after Chow goes? Or do I have to would I have to pass my entire turn and then go after Chow?
No, you can move and then hold your action to do the thing that you want to do, right? Like, so essentially what we could say is you hold your action until right after Chow like attacks or something. You know what I mean?
Right. I just
And if
want
you
to.
want to do something like that, we could do that.
I just want to position myself as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this thing's in
Wherever
between
you're looking to go.
This is in between the clearing. What side would be higher elevated, left side or right side?
Well, I will say
Or if
so.
there's any elevation.
Those big gray marks are all big giant rocks.
Okay.
So you can really only fire down the alley there.
Okay. All right. I guess.
Higher elevation. This is essentially the crossroads, right? Like if you that little path. If you imagine that path being probably like
40 feet.
3 times as wide. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, so it's not exactly that size. It's probably closer to. Let me see if I can get the color here. Because this is like the main thoroughfare. It's actually probably closer to. That is not the color I was looking for. There we go. So it's probably closer to something like. Dang it, that's not the right level. Right, probably something closer to that.
Okay. All right. I'll position myself adjacent with this boulder then.
Yeah.
And then pass my turn. Ciao.
Okay.
How many of these things do I see?
You see at least 6. There are 3 of these things and 3 of those wolves.
Ah! I end my turn.
Nice. I actually. Do me a favor. Roll wisdom for me.
He's like,
Okay.
fuck, I'm out.
Oh, oh no.
Fuck. Well, I went the wrong direction. Thanks.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Okay.
See, that's it. Oh, just the last. It's the same as my last few rolls. 15.
Okay. You are scared, right?
Mm-hmm. Shitless.
Yes.
That's what the roll
There
100
is
was for.
Your running does sort of evoke this sense of impending doom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not running away, not running for not running because the impending doom is those things there, But you know that if you flee, like you get this strong sense that if you flee, there may be real repercussions for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you want to go, though?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
got
full run. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, dang, you
Uh,
need to change that loincloth there,
and then,
child, boy. It smells like
My
manure.
character has a phobia of four-legged beasts,
I know.
and there's a
nice,
shit ton of them in front of me with
Fix them,
scary
dude. Yep,
features. Yeah, my
yep,
character
nice.
failed a D100 that I deemed like I had to get,
Yep, 15.
like
I see. No,
50-50 or
the
something,
13. Yeah,
I
yeah.
like out
stand
of
your ground.
I
13.
hear
I
you.
ran shitless. No thought,
I hear
just
you.
run.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Um, then
No
as soon
drawing
as you see
weapons,
him tear
nothing,
off,
just run.
as soon as you see him tear off, you can take your action. Moss.
Damn, I didn't know we had the cowardly lion on our squad here. Put him up. Put him up.
You've seen me take on bigger things, but
Damn.
this is a visceral response. This is
Damn.
not a logical response.
Exactly.
Hence phobia.
Well,
Did he just run away? Yeah, he totally ran
exactly.
right
I mean, I'm already moved, so I'm kind of committed.
Hmm?
Damn, I hate to be the guy that keeps being like, I just keep passing my action down until there's an opportunity here for me to actually logically attack. Who goes after? Who's next in line? If the DM would just be
After
okay with me passing my
Cal
move
is
down.
the Manticore.
Oh, it goes next.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pass for one more turn? See what it does.
Yeah, if you want to hold it.
Yeah, I'll hold it one more turn.
So it lunges right at Holt. And you watch as this thing a bite at Holt. It is oops. Spaces work. It is a 10 to hit.
That's not bad.
10 does not hit.
No? It then it snaps at you and you sort of, get out of the way and one of its paws swipes, which is going to be a 7. And the other claw comes at you as well with another 7.
He
So
can't hit me.
it comes flying, snap, and each one of as you push and homeboy tears off, you know what I mean? It's a oh crap. You know. And that brings it to Nell. So what does Nell do? Extremarian says, you can shape Earth. Can you make us a hill or a ridge for elevation? High enough to get out of range for those tails?
You know. Sorry,
No, you
darling.
can't.
No, I sure the fuck can't.
Water! Water!
I am the sea.
Marina!
Even if you want to.
Buckets,
Nice!
transform
You're
into buckets
gnarly.
of water.
You would
Really
know.
want.
You wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
She didn't share
Girl,
that with you.
does anything look stable to you about me? No.
All right. May I take my action, DM?
Yeah, if you want to.
Just going to
All
get
she did
my.
was talk.
What was that?
Yeah, all she did was
Yeah.
basically talk to Marina. So yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Out of curiosity, do my daggers have any kind of what's the word I'm looking for here?
Special properties?
Yes, exactly. Like, are they like
Say,
warm
what do
by
you know about your
chance?
daggers?
Well, after
Um,
they were touched by death and put back in their sheaths, do they have like unique properties? Like, is it like, do they occasionally
well,
warm up? Do they glow? Is
no,
there
no,
anything
they
abnormal?
do. So the blades themselves, right, have been stained that blood red, and they do look like as if they would actively be dripping blood if it wasn't part of the actual metal. But the most that I can say is the blades are yeah, they're not like unnaturally warm, but they wouldn't be cold considering. You know, they're not
Right,
cold as you expect them to be considering. You know what I mean?
right.
To the fact that they're steel. So
Yeah. I was just thinking if
They
there was any
probably
unique
still
scenario that would have made me go, "Oh, this is a unique circumstance. Maybe I should just to violently throw my
uh
dagger in this situation." If there was just a weird
well
I think
spur
you
in
should
the
try that
wind.
anyway.
you've been told before that you should use the daggers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like when it came to the Minotaur.
Yeah.
And you did see, like I said, when she threw them, they immediately went right to their respective sheaths.
Right. Um, I will unsheath my dagger and I will throw it towards the tail of this creature.
Okay. So you draw, right? You kind of draw the thing, you look at it for a minute, and then you throw it right at. Go ahead and roll me the attack. Um, you throw it, and it sort of whaps it away, but it comes right back to your hand.
Okay.
What is
And
it?
that,
You get two, don't you?
I have two daggers, but I don't know if it would count as a double attack or just that would be one attack
So
action.
I don't think you have dual weapon fighting, but you can throw the other one using your bonus action. You just wouldn't get the plus because that was a D20 plus one.
That's weird.
So I can have
I
you
don't have
roll.
daggers as even a weapon here for some weird reason. I have unarmed strike. Where did my daggers
Nice.
go? Where did my daggers
You
They
might
go?
have
should be
to
in your.
click on
Inventory, probably.
inventory
They should,
and equip it. Yeah.
yeah, they should be in
Interesting.
your actual inventory, but yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
that
you
was
have two
part
right
of
there.
it.
So you just have to equip them.
Yeah. Um,
But they have the same range as your bow.
right.
That's like the only difference.
I just know they had a weird scenario where they would actually have.
I don't know if your character has a second attack for the attack action yet. I assume so. Just about everybody else does, but you're a different class. Yeah, you only get one attack per action. But like I said,
Okay.
I'm willing to allow you to use your bonus action to throw the other dagger. It would just be a straight D20. That would be the only stipulation.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Second dagger. No.
That one, yeah, would also. So
Miss.
you kind of, and the first one, it sort of knocks away. The second one does miss, but come like back toward your hand, and you catch them and have them again.
Yeah.
And then at the end of yours, then that's nil.
Yeah.
Latza didn't level up. Do you want a second Latza for it?
Well, she had said that she was asking if you could move mountains. You can see it, like it's on
She
top
needs
of.
to.
Oh, you need a level. Oh,
She
I
needs
see
a
what you're saying.
level. Yeah.
You're good. You're good. Okay. Then from Nell is actually you, Marina.
Okay. So I'm gonna go right here. And for my action, I'm going to do a level 3 lightning bolt. I believe that's still 7. Yes. $11. He be muted.
You're doing which one again? The lightning bolt?
Let's do lightning bolt.
Level 2? Nope, that's your level 3.
3.
Yeah, that's your level 3. Okay.
Yes, what it is.
You fire, right? You fire, and the bolt hits the rock. But there's an arc. And it does hit. Like it sort of arcs from the rock. A little bit of a, spark arcs from the rock. And does hit the manticore. Go ahead and roll me 1d8.
Two.
Okay. I'll say you feel a little embarrassed. But it lands. Now to behold.
I have a bonus action.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What
Like
you do?
what? I'm gonna go ahead and start Wrath of the Sea.
Okay. That's how big?
10 feet.
Okay. So not quite. But yeah, okay.
Well, I can't fire it off right now. So I have to take one turn to start it, and then
It
next turn
surrounds you in the 10 feet, doesn't it? And then anything in that
I can
that
target.
whirlwind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you start to, move water as it gets bigger and bigger. Anything else?
No, I'm good now. Thank you.
Okay. From
I'm being a
there,
little sassy.
from there, it will be Holt. It will be Holt from there.
Okay, Holt's gonna, he looks behind him as he saw Chow run. Now he's a little worried because he's here alone, but he's just gonna turn around and take a swing at it after it missed him. 12 plus 6, 18 to hit.
That hits.
Or it's supposed to be 4
Plus a
damage, not 1.
number.
Yeah. Sorry, it's supposed to be plus 3, so 4
Okay, so
damage.
it takes 4.
And then I will do a Divine Smite for another 2d8 radiant damage. 4 damage. Man, I'm not rolling hot tonight.
No, wow. Okay,
And
so
then I'll
2,
then I'll
4, 4. So that's 10. Okay.
I don't
10
think any of us
damage.
are.
And then I'll punch it again with my second attack
Go for it.
for 13 to hit.
So you punch it the first time, it pops, right? And you watch as it sort of flinches back. And when you go for that second one, it'll actually it'll bring its head down. So you punch it square in the forehead, and your hand sort of bounces off the top of its head. Like you can feel it's a lot harder where it's sort of bowed low at you. You know what I mean?
Okay. And then that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Did someone just headbutt their
Um,
microphone?
It sounded like it.
Yeah, it does sound like
Do you have time for one more round, or are you down to call it there? Because that is the 3 hour mark here.
I can go one more
Right.
turn.
Okay. So then that'll be you.
Oh, again?
Mm-hmm.
Then
You're at the top of the initiative.
well, shouldn't Nell be going? There's no still leveling up.
Hmm?
If
right.
she's ready to go.
Am I completely skipping my turn?
You go. You go
No,
after me.
you did. You took your turn.
Yeah, I took my
But
turn originally.
I thought he was asking for her to hold, because she
Yeah,
did
she's
ask to hold
holding.
her action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she
what it
can go
was.
now.
She asked to hold
Oh,
her
okay.
action, and
Okay.
now like if she's ready, then yeah, go ahead. At this point, she can go.
Uh,
I did.
I will
I
actually
didn't want us to
also
lose a turn.
say,
You know.
no, I get you. I will also say at the start of that next one, I think they're still here. You are funny. Hold on. I have it. I have it somewhere, and it does kind of suck for y'all, but I do.
What have you done?
But you will watch as two other creatures run up at the start
Well,
of
I
that
brought my dinosaur. Who eats force field dogs?
next round. I thought about it, but I really did want to use them again, and I'm gonna. So here we go. But I'm just gonna put these up here. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna put these up here for now. If it'll show up. Come on, buddy. There you go. You do see two of these run up.
Get the family.
Okay, so Ma goes to guard Marina, right?
She has Trixie.
Okay. Owl spell. Okay. Okay, 10-foot cube of magical darkness. And that's it? Okay. All right. So you're using Feyblade? You can cast and melee attack roll? Nice. 26 does hit. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I thought oh, okay. It does the darkness and the hit on the manticore, right? And that's 8 points of damage.
Now, it says reach of 5 feet. Does that even apply to that?
So it would be essentially standing next to, well, I guess floating next to Holt, but that does also mean that Holt is in 10 feet of magical dark.
Right.
What? What are you doing? Why did you not just do 2d6? Okay, so 9, 10, 11 plus 6. Okay. And that's okay. And that's you. So then that would be that's the bottom of that first turn. So at the top of the next initiative, right, to the very top of the next initiative, that's when you would see those other two animals come running up. And those are the dogs with the wolves with the scorpion tails. And then that would be the top of the initiative with Moss, and you wanted to hold your action again?
No. I'll go ahead and stand pat physically, but I'll throw my daggers again.
But
Right.
less until the end of its next. So there's a magical cube of darkness there, right?
Yeah. 10 feet
That's it.
from the owl, right? Because if it's centered on the owl out, then only the manticore and the other thing are in it. But yes.
And it's a
Oh my
10-foot
gosh, I'm so excited.
radius or diameter, or not diameter. Is it 2 square by 2 square or yeah, it'd be 2 square by 2 square, right? Yeah,
It
2 by
says
2 by
10-foot
Oh,
2.
a
cube.
10-foot
Yeah,
cube.
it's a cube.
Yeah.
So it is essentially. I think the only thing that is kind of in it right now is the manticore. The dog is. Because 5 feet away and 5 feet away would be the 10 feet. So the manticore's in it. The dog hasn't entered it yet. God damn it! I thought it did. But that would be Mossard, unless you wanted to hold for Chow.
Nah, I'll go ahead and just throw my daggers.
And
Again.
then you roll the hit then? Yeah, go ahead. Roll the hit.
Same.
That is going to miss.
Now, do I have any modifiers that are supposed to be adding to my roll, or is it
It's
just
plus one. Plus one. It's your
dexterity,
dex.
right?
It's your dex modifier. Yeah, it's your dex
14 then.
modifier.
Give me 14
So
then.
14. Actually, no, that does meet it. So that one is a hit.
Gotcha.
And it would be the dagger's damage plus your dex mod, and you would actually gain temporary hit points equal to that.
Okay. The D8, right? D4. So it's 4 damage.
Let me check. to hit. Oh, he does get proficiency with the daggers. Okay. So you actually, it's a +4 to hit with the daggers, but it is only a +1 to hit with your longbow. So yes, it's a +4 with your daggers, and it is a D4 +1 damage. So
Okay.
yeah, you do 4 points of damage, and you actually do gain 4 points of temporary HP.
Interesting.
I do think that was your first one.
Yeah, first dagger.
So if you want to throw the second with the bonus action, that one would not have the bonuses.
Okay. All right. Take it.
But it doesn't matter when you crit, whatever the fuck that is. Banana. Anyway, so
Critical
you'll do the
strikes
flat
again.
4. Yep, you'll do the flat 4. And then so what 5. Okay, so 7 total. And you will gain another 7 temporary HP.
Another 7. All right. I heard that right. You said another 7 to 10.
Yes. So the first hit was 4, right? Yeah, 3 plus 1.
Yeah.
The second one is gonna be the second one's gonna be that other one. So yeah, that'll be 11 total. So from there is then Chow.
Okay, so with that wisdom, quote unquote, save or roll,
Sure.
I get this
It's more
feeling
of an
of,
enlightenment, yeah.
yeah, well, I've ran quite a distance and then
Yeah.
thought to myself, the fuck am I doing? I need to protect my friends. So I turn around, I look and I see a square of darkness. I don't see all of the things, so that kind of helps. Not
Mhm.
seeing all of them at once
Right.
and steeling myself to come back.
So you can
So
see there's like something sticking out of the darkness fucking around with Holt, but it's hard to make out exactly what it is, right? And then
yeah,
nothing else
so
past. But yeah.
I'll use my bonus action to run back.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can. I can pass through squares. Oh, she's doing like some hydro doodle thing, right?
You could go through it.
So I run up. No, I'm not gonna go right up to the front. Still wary, but I will run up to next to Moss, and on the way draw my bow. Do I see any way I can attack this thing
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
I can see?
there's like exposed legs, right? There's like meat, right? Like you can see that
Okay, I try to go for.
there's a general idea of where to hit it. It's not like
I
hidden.
try to hit something.
Yeah, go for it. You
So
won't even get disadvantage or nothing just because you can kind of from the size that you saw when it approached and how much of it is still kind of sticking out of this darkness. Yeah, you've got a good idea.
okay, +7. So we'll roll the first attack. That's an 18. I'm assuming that hits, considering
No,
it's
yeah,
12
that'll
sided,
hit. That'll
right?
hit. Yep. Yep.
1d +4. Full damage on that attack, and then
Nice. Okay. It's looking bad. Like it wasn't looking good after those cut ups by Moss. But
uh
after that shot, right, like it even sort of you watch as it takes the hit, but takes a minute to come back from it.
and my second attack is a 20.
That
It's not a
is
nat 20,
okay,
but it's a
full.
20,
Oh, yeah, that's a hit.
and that's another 5
Another
damage.
5.
Yeah.
Fabulous. again. Doesn't look good. Okay.
And I'm
gonna have to do.
visibly like sweating, not just from running, but just you can tell that I'm not okay if you were looking at me. But I'm back. I didn't say anything, but I'm back.
Right.
And that ends my turn.
It's your turn.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, it's actually two of these wolf dogs and 4 of those manticore. Sorry, I read my notes backwards. Or wrong rather. That is gonna be them then. And it's wild, right? Like it's swinging because it's sort of enveloped in this darkness. So it's going to.
Is concealment a
Well, I
thing
guess.
in 5?
It's it is essentially just a matter of advantage and disadvantage.
Okay.
But it's still like a mechanic. It just isn't like a specific
Yeah.
thing in
I'm
its own.
noticing that a lot now. That it's like,
Yeah,
oh, they just took like
it's how they
all of these
simplified a
little
lot of it.
specific things and just lumped them all together
Yeah,
for sake of clarity.
it's after 4th edition, there was a lot of like confusion and all that. So in an effort to simplify it down, they did a lot like as far as those mechanics.
Yeah.
So, oh, I already did that. But yeah. So what's gonna happen is all you're gonna see, right, as in this darkness, right, this magical darkness, these pieces of this beast, like you watch as the front seem to stretch out, right, and the claws extend and grip into the earth. And really, the only one that would actually see it is Holt. You would watch as the tail suddenly whips out. I'm gonna do this real quick. Let me see. Because there are 1, 2.
Lassa said something on Twitch there. Yeah,
Right.
I'm sure you saw it. I
Uh,
didn't remember where you get too far down the rabbit hole.
okay, fabulous. Thank you. Let me look for these things here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, sorry, buddy. So we're gonna do this. All right. It's gonna right you Holt would see as like those paws right, grabbing it, and the tail's gonna whip out of the darkness, and the spike's gonna come flying at you. So
Oh,
25 to hit. That's a natural 20. Holy crap.
Oh.
Okay. So because of how close you are standing, right? Essentially, what happens is this tail whips out, this spike comes flying out, and it hits you square in the chest. And it's gonna do.
that spot's still sore from the Minotaur.
Goodness. Oh, that I wrote again.
It's a
No.
D6. Yeah.
Disguise.
It's gonna do 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Speak to me, Jim.
After that, would they? They would. So you're gonna hear it's like whooping, right? It almost sounds like a hyena, but it's very guttural. You'll hear whooping. Sweet. Okay, cool. You'll hear whooping, 2 yips as that's hilarious. I'm gonna do it because they're in magical darkness. As you hear the manticore sort of roar in pain. Sweet. And it's gonna take oh shit. It's gonna take 20 points of damage, and you'll watch as the body of that manticore just collapses in this darkness.
What?
Hitting itself.
They're
Stop
fighting
hitting
in
yourself.
darkness and they
Stop
have no
hitting
idea.
yourself.
Yeah, they're fighting in darkness and they have no idea what's going on. Um, that one will do that, and that one will do that, and that will be now. Manticore just got lit up by the things that were behind it, looking for food. I rolled D100s, and they were both below like 30. Yeah, all of your stuff would happen on your turn. How big that is, right? 10. Small enemies approach. I can see something. Thing to hit the manticore. So go ahead. It can't see in its magical darkness, because that'll be a disadvantage. But it can roll to attack. You Sacagawea. What is this nonsense? But that is a natural 20. Oh, you're right. You're at disadvantage. Sucker. Oh,
No
no
disadvantage.
disadvantage? Or
Yeah.
it can see in the darkness? Dang. That's
Imagine
lame.
it
All
would,
right.
right?
Well, it's magical darkness. And I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
it
of
like
many things
travels
that can
around
see
with it.
in magical darkness. But yeah, no, go
I
ahead.
mean, yeah.
Natural 20. It's the
But
full.
it's his
So it's
darkness.
2? Huh. It's his darkness.
But it's his
I was
darkness.
born in it, molded by it. Okay, so it's 12, right? 12 plus 2d6 plus 6. Yeah, so it's automatically the 2, 6, right? So it's automatically 12. So it's 2d6 plus 18. Damn, that's a lot of damage. And they can't see it.
Yeah.
It's the Fey Owl. Roll the damage. So 2d6 plus 18. That's the formulae. That's a big hit. Damn. That thing's gonna take 26 points of damage. Damn. All right. And you're gonna hold. That would be Marina. If that is your turn, no. Unless that thing gets something. Big hit. Okay, then yeah, go ahead, Marina.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, if I go 10 feet as this thing, will I be able to see it if it's in the dark?
No, only because the darkness is literally like a cube of black. Like you can't. It's not like it's a darker area. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Like so, you can't even see into this darkness or past it. This little what's it called? This little I guess what the hell are they called? Bottleneck, right? Is filled with black.
Okay, so we can't
Well,
see either
hold on.
enemy.
That did it recast the darkness?
No, the darkness surrounds it.
It lasts until the end of its next turn.
Oh, is that what it
So
said?
it cast it. It says it casted it
Trixie.
last turn, so now it's gone.
With which last turn till the end of its next turn. Oh, okay, yeah. If it didn't recast, then yeah.
So at the end of Nell's turn, it's gone.
Sweet, then yeah. Then it
You
is
want to
no
recast
longer
it?
there.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Make
So
sure.
now you can see they can't
Now
do
I
it, but now
can
you can see it
see.
is two of these here.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't mind
Now
you
we can
going.
see through it.
I mean, that's
At
like a
the well, it
DM
was
thing.
at the end of its next turn, which is the end of Nell's turn, right?
Yeah, so it would need to be at the end of your turn. So yeah, you were holding your action until you could see it. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
21. Yeah, 21 will hit. Dang, that's rough. Okay.
You're welcome.
So 21 hits. You do see the full damage. The arrow does not sink as deep as it ought to have. Because, yeah, that was a magical blade, which is perfect for them. But you do 13. Okay. Then that'll be Marina's turn.
All right, so yeah. So I'll move up right here, I think. Yeah, so that's 10 feet. And I'm going to emanate wrath on this one. It's a Constitution saving throw. A 15.
Just the one, right?
Yeah, it's just the one.
Con?
Con.
Fabulous. It rolls a 9.
Perfect. So that is 46.
46? That's an oddly specific number.
Dude, I don't know. Fight them.
Go ahead, roll it. Fabulous. And that's your
Bonus action.
that's your
Wrath of the Sea.
emanation of the sea, right? What's the specific damage on that? That's cold as well, isn't it?
It's cold damage, yes.
Okay, cool.
If it's larger or smaller, it's pushed 15 feet away.
Oh, hell yeah! So it is a large. It is pushed. It does hit, and they both get shoved. So 5, 10. I'm gonna say they're gonna only because one crashed into the other one. It's not gonna go back quite as far, but they will both take damage.
Alrighty. And then I am going to
And
do
it
Ray of
was
what's up?
12. Yeah. So you hit it. It only flinches from being pushed back, but it clearly doesn't seem to care about being
Okay.
hit at least.
Fuck.
And then you're going to what?
Whoa, hold on. Well, that changes shit. Damn it.
It does very much look like how the giant
Thunder
reacted.
and lightning, storm beneath his feet.
So it's not cold. Okay, so we will try. I swear, if you make me useless again, I'm going to fight you IRL. I will fly there. um, all right. We know Christmas. It's just so fucking true. Okay, so I'll cast Shatter, which is my level 2 spell. About right there. And that is a Constitution saving throw spell as well. I think that's. Let me double check. 15. Constitution saving throw at 15.
Okay. Another con. Oops, not you.
Okay.
Ooh, a 6, another failure.
Alrighty. So Shatter is 3d8.
Damn.
I have a feeling that nothing's going to hit this thing.
Are you
13.
wait,
What's up?
are you just I'll roll for the other one too. Screw it. How big of an area of effect is that?
So Shatter has it's 10 foot. It's 10 feet radius here.
Okay. I'll say cuz you can kind of see. Shoot, they both failed.
Bound.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. And how much? 13 points
13.
of thunder?
Yes.
Okay. This one it does flinch from.
Okay. Thank fucking God. No Christmas. I'm sorry, Latza. But your husband also don't get beat up, so.
Okay. And they both, because that other one's not exactly on the playing field, but only because it got pushed back. But it has been established that it's there. And then with Marina, then it is Holt. You were also standing on like loose debris and stuff, Marina, so that's essentially difficult terrain. Just
Okay.
just so you know.
Holt's
standing
gonna
for you, Holt.
step up just a little bit,
That's
just
10.
so Marina's not in the front.
Mhm.
And then as my action, I'm gonna cast Find Steed to summon Lila.
Fabulous.
As of right now, I'll probably just summon her kind of behind me, kind of towards near Moss, kind of.
Okay.
And then as my bonus
Where did the goat come
action, Holt's going to. He's not gonna take his sword out, but he's gonna grab the hilt, and he's gonna cast Magic Weapon. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. She
Oh,
large?
okay.
She medium?
Let me check. It is a large.
Yeah, okay, shoot.
I'd probably put her maybe behind Chow then. I don't want to get
Okay.
in the way of the
Yeah.
attacks.
Huh. Real quick. Shift
It's
and shift. Okay. So should be able to create her. I'm
I
gonna put
don't
her right
think
there. Or should be able to move her rather, but I put her right there.
Okay, perfect. And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Then that is the top of the initiative with Moss. What do you think? We good? You want to call it there,
I
Black?
could call it that.
Definitely. Yeah, not a problem. All right. So at the very top of the initiative, it will be Moss, and we will actually end for the night there. That being said, do me a favor. Oh yeah, Holt and Marina. Give me.
but I
You both give me religion. Hmm. Go ahead, Chow. One more time.
oh sorry.
No, go
No,
ahead. What
no,
say?
ignore me.
Okay.
3.
No, you wouldn't.
8.
All right, you wouldn't either. All right, fair enough. All right, then
Sad. So sad.
that will be that will be where we'll pause for the night. And it is, I said, it is still the morning. You know, or not exactly the morning, but it is still the day, right? You guys left, and we're clearing this out. Um, give me. Let's do states of being. Go ahead, Moss. How you feeling?
I'm good.
What are you
Locked
thinking?
in.
Okay.
Bound in. Focused.
Fabulous. And go ahead, Holt. How we doing?
Um,
What
he
are we
is
thinking?
he's currently contemplating using his sword because he's worried about something going wrong again. Um, but he's not worried for himself right now at the moment.
Okay. Not even a little bit. Then go ahead, Marina. How we
Um,
feeling? What are we thinking?
I'm just focused, just cycling through what I can do since I got half my spells eliminated by this thing. But overall, overall, I don't feel worried as of yet.
And then now. Go ahead now. What are we thinking? How are we feeling? Fabulous. All right. Then next time, we will just pick it up at the very top of the initiative with Moss. So the
Oh,
one immediately in front does look pretty bad. Just so Holt and Marina do know. And then go ahead. What were you saying? What were you saying, Fighter?
Yeah, yeah, I did want to put input of how I was feeling and stuff. I just was
Oh,
distracted
go
at the
ahead.
moment. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
um, so Chow doesn't want to get near these things. He's not particularly happy that the big elk is right behind him either. Um, so and yeah, he's just surrounded by beasts right now, and he's not very happy. But he'll do his job. But he probably won't be flurrying this match. He'll probably be just sticking
Right.
with the bow.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was about to be like,
Oh,
"There's no running. We're about to watch
But,
character growth here."
it's a disadvantage to battle, but you know what? I've got to play my character how you would play. So
yeah.
you
I've
know,
got no problem
I'm
with it.
not
I've
gonna be
got no problem
metagaming here.
Put him up. Put him
with it.
up.
Oh, he
Put
just
'em up.
suddenly doesn't mind big, four-legged beasts. No, he just suddenly lost his phobia. No, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna play my character the way
Yeah.
I gave him. I gave him that disadvantage, that quirk myself. So I'm gonna play around it the way I should.
Okay.
Nasty.
Right. That one
Huh.
didn't. That one didn't. That's what we'll call that. All right, fabulous. So then next time we pick it up, just know that, like I said, as far as Holt and Marina, go ahead and roll me perception, Marina, since you're standing there. Because Holt got that nat 20.
Look at that.
That's
27.
another nat 20.
Oh damn, you too. Okay. So standing at this, right? So it's a little bit of a drop off, right? Like from where you're standing, this is clearly the higher end of all that, but it's not the biggest difference. But from where you're standing, you can see there are at least 5 more things on the other side of this, like
Okay.
clearing here. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
you do have there's the 2 wolf, scorpion tailed wolves, and then 4 more of those lions with bat wings. All kind of now all the attention is going on here. You know what I mean? So you're aware that there is still a fight to be had.
Okay.
Well, both of you could see it, but all right. I appreciate it, guys. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
I'll get back with all of you for our next one, and I appreciate you kind of jumping in almost last minute.
20. That was gonna be my 20.
No.
It's gonna,
took the 20 from me. That was
there's
gonna be my
already
roll.
there's already been 3 of them. At least 3. No, I think 4. Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night,
Yep.
and we'll catch you in the next one.
Good night. See
Good
ya.
night.
Bye.
So we're gonna be with my buddy Spider. He's over there playing Baldur's Gate 3. So like D&D, it's gonna. Oh, we also scratched that much. Buckets. Catch you next time.